What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe? How we all doing? How we all doing? That's a hot tea. That is one hot tea, baby. What is going on? Who we got in the chat? Barrow, Lord Megatron, Not Dialis, and Essex. How you doing, buddy? Yes, Tribe Talks is finally back. I mean, we're starting on the dot, guys. We're starting on the hour. I'm just here chilling. I'm just here chilling with you wonderful folks, doing my fleet climb. Hey, Grant, how you doing? What's going on, Nate? Lord Megatron, let's turn that hot tea into a cold beer. Barrow, I like your enthusiasm, good sir. I like your enthusiasm. That's the kind of enthusiasm we need. Taking a moment to chill after a weekend of DIY. DIY, eh? What you been working on, pal? What you been working on? Evo, how you doing? It's about damn time. It's about damn time. Isn't that a Lizzo song? Essex coming in with the resub. Really bugs me that that's a 53-month streak and not the full 54. Ah, mate, you missed one. Great day to be alive and in the tribe. Hell yeah, Robbie. Andor Season 2 is great, but SWGOH comes out Tuesday. He does indeed. Hi, Notney. How you doing? Just finished Clear Obscure and not the same person I was last week. I feel you, Nath. I finished that yesterday or day before yesterday. Fucking brilliant game. What a game. Glad you're doing well, Nee. Did I hear about a new character coming to SWGOH? A dragon? What? Beg pardon? Excuse me? Baking powder? It's a Lizzo song. You know Lizzo, famous Star Wars actress. Yes, yes I do. Yes I do. In everybody's favorite episode from Mando Season 3. Right? Jack Black and Lizzo just, for some reason, governing a planet. Dragon D's nuts all over y'all. Got him! Redecorating the kiddo's bedroom, building IKEA furniture, bed, desk, wardrobe, bedside table, putting the shelves up and TV mounts. Newport, brother, that's a lot of work, dude. That's far too much work to be doing on a weekend. First one of the year. I don't think that's true. I think we've done a couple this year. Hey, Monkey Man, how you doing? Whose ending did you opt for? You're starting New Game Plus now? Not Dialis, I'm not doing any spoilers in the chat. So, I'm not going to even mention anything to do with possible multiple endings, okay? That's just to be fair to people that might be in the chat and want to play the game. I don't want to do anything close to a spoiler, alright? Because it is a masterpiece of a game. I want to respect people for that. Happy Sunday, Thatcher. How you doing? True Owns people, how you doing? Jack Black, Lizzo, Christopher Lloyd. Everyone's favorite episode. All good, Barrow. All good, brother. Thank you. Thank you for the $2, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah. But, great game. Great game. Emotionally, I've seen both endings, but obviously I'm not going to comment on them. Neither of them are happy. Yeah, that's about. They both feel pretty bittersweet, is all I'll say. Lloyd did play a good part in that episode. Christopher Lloyd, yeah, he played an interesting part, right? Yeah, but it's a really great game, and it's just like it impresses me how that game manages to shock you at the end of every act. It's like, holy shit. Carthrid coming in with the resub, thank you. So when I get to a 48 months, you come to the States, right? I think that is the rule, Carth, yeah. Except I'm coming to the States in 2027 for Star Wars Celebration. So, well, I mean, that's the plan anyway. That's what I want to do. So, I guess you got to make it to LA 2027 Star Wars Celebration. So you do both? Both is good. The rule of 4 years. LA, baby, you know it, Nick. If we can make it happen. If we can make it happen, no promises, obviously. Yep. Cool. So that's Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Grantus. Phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. And I'm super, super happy I played it. And right now I'm going to do a New Game Plus run, but right now I'm pointlessly grinding. I want to do stupid stuff with my Pictos, so I want to just get like 1,000 Lumina on each character and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna equip everything in the entire game. If there's a meetup in the States for a Comic-Con, I'll come. It's for Star Wars Celebration, Essex. Star Wars Celebration is in LA 2027. That's the plan so far. That's the extent of the plan so far. So, should get there. Play the game too? On Act 2, and for me, it's already one of the best games you played. Auti? Hell yes, dude. Without a doubt, on the axe, it's even crazier to me that the composer of the music was found in a random niche game forum. The story writer was found on Reddit. Yeah, it's weird how it's weird how a team of like 30 people got together and made the first game of their company and fucking smashed it so hard. Like, just knocked it out. For me, for like a guy that grew up loving Final Fantasy, you know, loving Final Fantasy games, and then having what I consider to be a drought of really good turn-based RPGs with good stories. This game is like, it's like comfort. It's like home has come back to me. I was just like, holy shit, dude. Just picking it back up and playing it again. I was just like, fuck, this is great. So how many hours have I actually put into that game? I'm going to check that now. How many hours have I put into it? Considering, you know, I've played 56 hours. 56 hours, and I've only got it... When did I get it? Last week? And considering I work full-time and stream and create content, there's a reason why my Conquest videos are so delayed. It's because I've been playing Expedition 33. I'm just like, Jesus. Just like, that. I'm encompassed by that game right now. Yeah, it's pretty recent, Lightning. I think it's been out 2 weeks. Been throwing out some 49 million nukes. Yeah, one-tapping everything at this point. I mean, I've killed every boss. I didn't one-tap Simon Phase 2, but I did kill him before he got a turn, so there's that. Hey, Ranger, how you doing, buddy? Need some guidance. I have Sing Shand Jawa to 7-star C3PO. Luke and Han to fully relic for Jabba. On Lord Vader, I have Bad Batch at 7-star. Padme, Count Gas. Got Lord Vader. What would you think I should nail down first? Right. Lord Vader bundle is the most valuable thing right now, but you need Jabba in general. You can deal without having Lord Vader with the clones using Tarkin for the new raid that's coming up. Jabba is more useful to an account in general terms, just for getting the mod slicing mats. You untapped Simon Phase 2 as well. Nice. Yeah, I hadn't fully farmed up at that point. I'd literally only got my L in a good position. So I was able to, one-tap the first phase easily, and then I took off like half health in the first hit, and then I just looped back round. I mean, to be fair, if I'd have probably done the correct turn order, got her to low health, gave her the buff from CL, and then turn meter swapped, I probably would have one-tapped him, but I didn't. He didn't take a turn, so... Doom, boom, boom. Says no spoilers, immediately talks about boss fights. Me saying Simon, literally nobody will know who that is unless you played the game. So. He's like, never mentioned. The sound is a little quiet. What, my voice? Let me check. La da da da. Is that better? I think I had to turn my voice down on Friday night because I was too loud compared to everybody else. Now we know there's a Simon. Indeed. And that's not really a spoiler. To be honest, you don't need TM swap. Double damage from CL, powerful from Bursal, and all into Myela and then nuke. Yeah, no, I agree. You don't need the TM swap. The double damage is what's important. The reason I used the double damage is because I needed to hit him twice. Sorry, the tier meter swap. So yeah. What's going on, Sol? What did Simon say? He said, a ring ding 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 ding. A ring ding 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 ding. He does play Simon Says. Yeah. He plays Simon Says and then he deletes your team. Boom, boom, beep, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, great game. Great game. Highly advise anybody that's an RPG fan play it. Really, really enjoyable. And it got me all up in the emotions. All up in the emotions. Was that what the frog said? Yes. Yeah, that was Crazy Frog. Not much. Been having fun beating R9 Lord Vader with Clone Team in Arena with my Sarnacron. Good stuff, Sol. Good stuff. Yeah, I have... Oh, crap. I need to climb in Fleet Arena. Websay. Let me continue to climb in Fleet Arena. I don't want to miss out on those crystals. Don't want to miss out on those crystals. I was going to say something. My mind's gone blank. It'll come back to me. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, so I'm going to do all the stupid stuff like get a ridiculous amount of Lumina points and get all of the Pictos, and then I'm going to do a New Game Plus run on the hardest difficulty and enjoy the story from a different perspective. It'll be good. It'll be good. Because I haven't done New Game Plus yet, and I played on the standard difficulty this go round. Boop-a-doo-boop-a-doo. A game with replay value? Well, I mean, yeah, you can New Game Plus it. Replay value on a single player game is often debatable, right? It's like, do you actually want to go through and hear it again? I want to do, because it's quite a confusing story, to be honest, and I feel like the second time round, you'll have a different perspective on the events of the story. So I feel like it's worth doing a second time, you know? And you get to carry over all your stuff, so I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, it'll be ridiculous. I'll just one-tap everything the entire game, but it'll be fun all the same. Boop-a-doo-boop-doo. Clean shave. Kind of, a couple of days ago. I was going to say something and mine's gone blank. He sent a message via a mutual friend saying to try again in a few weeks without the rental and then called me a cuck. What? Your rental was free? Huh? I don't follow that one, Sol. Sorry, brother. Nice to hear it's Game Repo. Clean shave. All my Lumina points are at 200 for each right now. I think most of mine are like 250. But I think I've got Verso at like 280 or something. Oh, rental, Sarnacron. It's an interesting perspective to have. I don't quite understand how you can, like, bitch about somebody having a Datacron when somebody else has wailed on new units. That doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, pick a lane, dude. How strange. How strange. Where am I from? My friend thinks he hears Welsh in you. I am Welsh, mate. Yeah. I'm from a town called Aberystwyth, casual. Yeah, the new perspective on the story is going to be interesting. I'm definitely missing some damage Pictos too, so I can easily buff my damage even more. Yeah, I just put up... because one of the I missed the Picto for auto powerful, but I've got I got auto shell and powerful on shell, so I can start the battle with shell and powerful that way. And that helps. I mean, I don't have to buff then. So, you know, that's quite nice. And I'm definitely missing some of the extra damaging ones. The clones will be good for a lot longer than the Kron will be used to counter the team. Yeah, pretty much. Get the feeling he's making comments in jest. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Ever tried to play the original Final Fantasy on an emulator? Tried, but even on 10 times speed, it takes so long. I've never played Final Fantasy 1. The earliest one I played, I think, was 4. No, I played 3. I played 3. SOS powerful? Yeah. Yeah, I've got... Yeah, auto shell. There's auto rush as well. And powerful on shell. And then you can have things like, you know, enhanced powerful, I think it is, to make powerful more powerful and that sort of thing. Greater powerful, is it? Greater powerful? Greater rush and stuff like that? Yeah, George, that's what I was chatting about just now. Just shooting the breeze. I've been playing that game a lot. Thoroughly enjoying it. Even though I'm done. I've finished it, but I'm not done because I want to do more stuff. I'm not finished, but I am finished. And I know I've got some achievements to get as well, so I'll have to work on that as well. Why not stream it? I could have done. Yeah, I could have done. Usually I find people aren't that interested in watching me stream single-player games, so I don't tend to do it, and I know that's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If ever I want to stream a single-player game, people are like, if I don't stream it, nobody's going to want to watch it, right? But usually if I do stream it, people just aren't interested. And then, especially if it's like a new single-player game, they don't want to have the story spoiled for them. So they'll just, like, not watch. And that's fair. You know, I don't want anybody to have this story spoiled. So that's usually why I don't stream it. Because it just means I can sit down and play it at my own pace. Immaculate is really... Yeah, Immaculate and... there's another one. There's the ones that give you extra damage based on shields. Powerful shields, I think it's called. There's one that lets you expend all your shields for extra damage. And there's one that gives you inverted at the start of battle for 3 turns and gives you like a 30% damage boost. All of those are really useful to have. Do. Seems like some talks that should be recorded in a podcast-type medium. Indeed. Well, I mean, I don't think Karth or Wolfie is playing Expedition 33, so I'm not really gonna, you know, twist their ears about that. They might not like that. Do. Boop, boop, boop. The game has hit like this. Everyone's talking about it. Even in a SWGOH podcast. I know, right, Orty? Oh, so you were talking about the Kron and the Clone Talk. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we'll be kicking up Tribe Talks in about 15 minutes. So I'm sure we can chat about it then. Chattity chatter. Make sure if you guys have got any questions for Tribe Talks tonight, go ahead and swing over to my Discord. Swing over to my Discord. Put it in the Tribe Talks channel there. And everything will be groovy. This time, we're going to get funky. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Alright. Let's go ahead and sim this nonsense. Purchase these reinforcement thingies. Boop-a-boom. Who's joining today? It should be Karth and Wolfie. Karth and Wolfie Borrow. We haven't got any special guests. I've been remiss. Well, I say it's not just me, you know. There's been events and occasions that have got in the way of us doing Tribe Talks for about a month. Maybe longer, in fact. So we're happy to get back to it. I've not arranged anything with any guests today. Please tell me you bought Mrs. Scribble something nice from the stream proceeds. I did, Essex, yeah. I did. I bought her things that women love probably more than any other thing. When someone mentions streaming it, I think doing so already after already playing it, the story won't hit as hard as first go around? Yeah, for sure. Diamonds? No. Chocolate? No. Shoes, guys. Shoe shopping. Shoes. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but women love shoes, man. They love shoes. Did I just give her a cat? She's not an escort, Garth. All right. I hear that's their favorite. Yeah, that's true. Hey, McMull, how you doing, bro? Jesus, Thatcher. God. Oh, dear me. Shoes are the girl's second best friend. Just ask Imelda Marcos? I don't know who that is. Louis Vuitton will win the day. Demons is the girl's best friend. Demons? Demons? Really? Now I'm scared. Best friends with demons. But demons are a girl's best friend. Beelzebub. Doop boop boop doop boop doop boop boop doop 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 boop doop boop. Yeah, the only disappointing thing about Clear Obscure is that I finished it now and I don't get to experience it again. You know, like for the first time. That's the disappointing part. And you know, I don't know if they're going to do like an expansion pack for it. I don't know if they're going to do a sequel to it. It's way too early. It's just come out. I mean, I imagine the game company Sandfall Interactive is going to make a new game, because if that's your first game right out the rip, you set the bar pretty high and you're going to make a second game, right? You're going to. But whether or not it's in like that universe, I don't know. Powerwolf. Demons are a girl's best friend. Have I watched Andor Season 2? Nope. Nope, not yet. Aforementioned Clear Obscure 33, taking up all of my time. The real question is, has Karth watched Skeleton Crew yet? I thought he was going to binge watch it with Night Fox. But I don't know if he has actually watched it yet. No? Karth! You were supposed to be binge watching it with Night Fox. God damn it. Karth is going to have SM33 in game before he's seen Skeleton Crew. I was thinking the exact same thing. It's been a greenlit for a movie adaptation, and I think a prequel of it could do very well. And the crazy thing is, right, is that it's got a bunch of actors in it already. Like, there you go. You can get Andy Serkis in there, you get Charlie Cox in there, job done. He forgot the popcorn, so I left that son of a bitch. Karth really well will have never heard of Noat Atten. Can't say I recall Noat Atten. Doop doop doo. Boo boo whoop. Spoiler alert, Andor is going to die. Oh, how dare you spoil the show, guys? God. I'm pretty sure I saw a report that Rogue One is now massively watched on Disney Plus thanks to Andor. So, good job. What was I going to do? I was going to go do Datacrons. Datacronulus. Separatist characters. What direction did you go for your Tarkin mods after rework? Haven't touched him yet. I've heard he does good stuff, but I have not touched him yet. Not done anything with him. I need to take him to R8. So yeah, we'll see. I literally haven't done it because right now I'm just going to be using it with Lord Vader anyway. So there's no need for me to really touch Tarkin just yet. Imelda Marcos, First Lady of the Philippines from 1965 to 1986, wielding significant political power after her husband, Ferdinand, placed the country under martial law, amassing 7,000 pairs of shoes. Holy crap. That's a lot of shoes, bro. Do more expeditioning. Hell yeah, bro. Tomorrow comes for those who come after. Did I get red yet? Yes, I've red boxed, yeah. R9 Tarkin or bust? Yep. Yeah, I will be R9ing him, just not now. I'll wait until the raid comes out to R9 him. Because I don't need to right now. I would rather save those relic mats for the Jedi Vanguard, Mace Windu, Bad Batch. You know, because my Bad Batch is still only Relic 1, apart from Crosshair, who's not 7-star just yet. So I need to get that going. She basically used her clout while the people were enduring long economical crisis. Fair enough. Do-do-do. Genuine question. I've just lost my account. Are CG any good at getting you the original account back, or is all my progress lost? How did you lose your account exactly? Like, did you delete the account? Did you delete your account? Because I'm pretty sure that's unrecoverable. Like, if it's been deleted, it's gone. I'm pretty sure. I haven't heard of people getting it back from a deletion. But if you just, like, accidentally signed out of your account, maybe that can be fixed. But I genuinely don't know. I've never experienced being locked out of my account. Ooh, crit damage, armor pen. Crit chance, armor pen, health. Wrecker mercenary. I'm just collecting them at the minute, apparently. I'm just going through and leveling up. I've been so behind on my datacrons. Those FTCs really sent me back. Don't give me another Bad Batch one. Fuck you. Oh crap, need to climb in fleet. I'll have to refresh as well. Have to refresh. Hi Dalman, how you doing today, buddy? Looks like I went second with my capital. Perpetual is just applied an Omicron to upgrade Agent on the Inside, Skiff Guard Lando. I still don't have that one. Finally got Ezra Exile unlocked. Congrats, Delman. That's the way, bro. That is the way. Straight to R8. Did you triple Omicron him? How many armies did you throw on that bad boy? He is a great, great character. Double Army? That'll do. That'll do. Double Army is still pretty good. I'm not the only one losing first because forgetting to play. Yeah, George, it happens all the time. I get distracted very easily. I blame my ADHD. Yeah, Delman, it is. All of Ezra's armies are worthwhile, in my opinion. All of them are worthwhile. But sounds like you've got Exile and you've got Kanan's Legacy, which I feel are the two more important armies. So, good business. Good business. I'd still get Daring Advance. What's my plan for Lord Vader Darkseid clones in TW? Are you setting a 4-man team? You can't set a 4-man team. So, no. So I don't foresee us putting it on defense. Maybe we will, I'm not sure. I upgraded a new phone and can't get into my account. Emailed CG, but just wondering if I lost my account for good or not. No. Like, if you happen to have your account code, not ally code, your account ID, player ID, and you can give them stuff like your email address and that sort of thing, maybe they'll be able to recover that for you. It should be fine. If nothing else, you should be able to log in through the EA app on PC, right? Hey, Birkin. How you doing, buddy? Does getting Jedi Knight Cal Kestis require a lot of Cairo near getting JML? No, not really, Dan. You can. It requires Gear 12. So, yes, you do need to put Cairo Tech on those characters because they are newer characters, but it's not particularly difficult. Like, you don't have to go into relic levels or anything like that. Was that part of a song? Blame it on my... I don't know. I've already forgotten Night of Knee. My short-term memory is god-awful. If I was singing a song with those lyrics, probably. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, the actual event for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is pretty straightforward. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to relic out OG Cal, Seer, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis himself anyway, at the very minimum. Not for the event necessarily, but, you know, Malicos team for Seer Malicos, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis for Rey or Ufus, as well as them just being generally useful characters anyway, right? Only if you've really got online Force users to work with them, though. And Seer you'll need for the Zepho mission anyway. Do I put max raid box above all else when joining a guild? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Merrin is worth taking to relics. She is. I say that with a Relic 9 Merrin, but I still don't have any Night Sister Omicrons. I should probably fix that. 60 off Malak? Oh, Malicos. Get Malgus and Maul next conquest cycle. Sick, Dan. It's good stuff. Got the recommended TB Omi for the Zepho mission. Are there others that are any good for that? Mission is so hard, even with God modes. I got a good video out on that, Molly. Not on TB Omi, it's on the Zepho unlock. But when you say are any others good for that, do you mean for the unlock? For Zepho unlock mission? You don't need any Omis for that, truth be told. That's more of an approach and modding thing. So, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you can't do the leadership because you can't put him in the lead. I'm sure his other Omi will be fine, but I can't really recommend doing it. I never really recommend people do TB Omis. But if you're a guy that just loves TB, then that's different. There are plenty of Omicrons that are used in TB that are very good, but I just don't want people to do that instead of like TW or GAC Omis. Yeah, generally speaking, I don't think the Omis make or break it. If you've got Whirlwind Slam, that's the recommended TB Omi for that one. That should make a significant difference to your capabilities there. Thanks, Dum. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We got to first, just in time. Do-do. Do-boo-do-do. Boo-boo-boo-boo. I don't think Owie's shopping for a guild. I'm pretty sure Owie's super happy where he's at. You put the Marakomi on? It's so much fun in rope. Yeah, I've heard Marakomi is, like, crazy good. Because he just, like, destroys everything in a couple of seconds. But, yeah, I've not put it... If I were to do a TB Omi, it would probably be the Marakomi. If I were to do it. I mean, I say that. I do have OG Omega's one, but that's because I was forced to. But I will likely be forced to do the Rekka one as well, over here. And then I would be the guy that's got 2 TB Omis for Bad Batch. So I could do, like, new Omega with old Omega and Rekka and have a double TB Omi team. Finn is great as well. Yeah, I've heard Finn is good. It's very complicated, Scribe. Oh. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Aoi is considering a guild hop. I don't know. Yeah, so this was my first TB in Moral Rhodium. And oh, looks like we got Territory War starting. I need to change my mod sets over. But we got 46 stars. We missed a deployment on Kashyyyk, so we missed a star there, but 46 stars is still incredibly impressive. You're going to apply the Apo TB Akron as well? Not sure he needs it. No idea. I'm sure, like, So far, my experience with Lord Vader clones in TB has been they dismantle everything, but I do have them all at R9, and I'm usually throwing in something like Reaver. You know, unless I'm using Reaver elsewhere. But, you know, I've thrown in Gar Saxon, and he basically still beats everything. So, yeah. Apo-Omi is great if you do Tarkin lead. In TB, Tarkin lead. Fair. You're getting 39 consistently, which ain't shabby. No, 39's not bad. So you can platoon Lord Vader. Oh, that sounds awkward. I mean, to be fair, eventually I will be R9ing this dude regardless. There's his new 3v3 Omi. I'll be applying that as well. But yeah. Yeah, to be fair, Mora Rhodium is... We're a big boy guild. We're a very big boy guild, one of the biggest in the game. So we're going to be hitting high stars. 724 mil. Obviously, we're not like a TB focused guild or anything like that. But with GP that size, you tend to have some fun with it. Adding a conquest team to complain about from Friday night. The Great Mother node in Sector 5. Was it painful? I can't remember what I used. What did I use? It was the mid-sector boss, wasn't it? Sector 5, mid-sector boss. I've got a bunch of footage. That's not Great Mothers. I think I just recorded the wrong one. Yeah, I've just named it incorrectly. Oh, Evening Scribe. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Enough. I already read that one. Just applied it. Good business. Good business. Yeah, I can't see me doing many TB Omis. I say that, but our TB Omi income, our Omi income, fuck me, I can speak, has massively increased. So it might eventually get to the point where I can just start throwing out those Omis. Just checking in. Soon you'll collect them. Yeah, Karth, I know you dropped a bunch recently, didn't you? The jabber grind continues. No worries, Luke. Right, let me see it. Let me just mess up my camera and I'll phone the lads in. There's my camera going all screwy. Love it. Fixed it. Pop that out. Get this up. Get that up. Have 9 Omis left to apply in the game. So you're getting there then. I don't have any TB Omis either. 63 GAC and 60 W. I'm not sure on my total count. I'm not sure. Let me have a look. Oh, hi, Karth.
Hi.
Okay. You okay, buddy?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. Good. Feels like I haven't spoken to you in years, Karth. I have 85 Omicrons in total. I'm not sure on the split. Boop, 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 boom, boom, boom. Just grab all of this real quick. Your Alton locked Jabber last night. Can confirm Gear 12 Jabber can easily beat the ult tier. Yeah, Jabber's ult tier is a bit of a joke. Grab that. Let the radiation filter on. Indeed, Judge. Indeed. For some reason, every time I like join a video chat, it messes up my camera. It messes up my camera.
All right, cameras.
Hey, buddy.
Howdy.
I should be able to fix this now. That one there. No, not that one there. That one there. That one there. Although, there's no point in me fixing that too much, because once Wolfie's in, then I'll have to move it all around again anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll just grab you.
It's definitely one of those things that just has to keep getting fixed.
Yep. Bap, bap, bap. Yeah, I wish there was an easier solution for that. Like Discord just moving cameras around is a pain. Is a pain from a content creator perspective. But I suppose it's like first world problems, really.
Yeah, there are probably bigger concerns to have in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, I'm tired today.
Tired from what?
From sitting on my ass all day, Garth. No, I went up for a nice walk this morning. Nice long walk. I say long walk. It was like 10k steps. It wasn't that long. But yeah, it was a bit early. It's a bit early, and then I went to the climbing wall, and I haven't been to the climbing wall in months. So now my back hurts because I'm old, and my hands hurt because they're soft like baby skin, instead of being tough and grizzled from holding on to climbing holds that are like sandpaper. So, alas, woe is me. But it was fun. It was good. Just add on the Discord screen? Yeah, but then my camera's just, then my camera doesn't work because I can't have my camera on the stream as well as in another source. Yeah.
The camera inception and it doesn't work well.
Yeah. Because you'll still have the issue, basically, of whenever anybody joins the video call or leaves the video call, it'll readjust the order of the cameras, and then I'll have to resize everything. It's painful. It's painful. I just wish it was, like, static at all times. If I could just, like, pop out individual cameras of individual people in the chat and be like, this one's this, and it's always this, and it's always here, and then I could just, like, set it once, set it and forget it, and that would be great.
It's not allowed. You can't set and forget anything in life.
Yeah, not allowed.
Not allowed.
Ivan, are you saying my sound is pretty quiet right now? Or Karth's sound? Just being clear. Let me go to my sound settings.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You said for me to lower. Oh, I'm too quiet? Do I need to speak into the mic? I can hardly hear Karth. Rude.
Rude. Yeah, I can't pump him any louder.
Play with settings.
I mean, you sound fine to me, but I'm wearing headphones, and that usually makes a big difference.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if there's anything going on with the...
Boop, 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 boo, doo, doo, boop, boop, boo. Pump up the volume, jam. Oh, oh, excuse me. Just stretching it out. All the sounds are pretty quiet compared to the other videos. Your stream is like silent. Have you maxed out? Yeah, it's completely maxed out even. Are you sure you haven't got the volume down low on the video? Karth, it's a tad bit lower. Yeah. Hang on. No, I think I've fixed it. Sorry guys. Apologies. Yeah, I definitely had something turned down really low. My bad.
Professional streamer.
Yep. It should be a lot easier to hear everything now. I obviously messed with the setting when I was drunk, I've just seen one of the outputs was really pulled down low, so that's probably why. And now it was deafened. Yep. There you go. There you go. It happens. It does happen. I was looking at all my settings. I was like, that's all normal. It's all normal. And then there was one right at the bottom. I was like, okay, yeah, now that one's been turned down to like 60% instead of being at 100.
There we go.
Yep.
It's been a quiet month in SWGOH. Nothing going on.
No, we've literally had nothing happen. So I don't know what we're going to be able to talk about.
No major events. No new holidays. No nothing. Not even really any good news out there. It's just kind of just.
No, not really. Not really. Oh dear me. Hey, Ryrock, how you doing, buddy? Just doing some grind quest, farming crons. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. I mean, yeah, I've been farming the crons. Just got a couple more level 9s recently.
I'm just about done farming crons.
You at 30 level 9s now, then, Carl?
I've got 30 crons, and I think I'm missing the last 6 or something from level 9. Yeah, I've got 6 at level 5. I need to go the rest of the way up, and then I'll just stock over things for reroll mats.
Gotcha. Yeah. We don't really have to worry so much about keeping some at like level 8 anymore, because the 100 mil data cache cap makes it a lot more manageable at breakdown, doesn't it?
It does and it doesn't.
It doesn't? Oh god.
Yeah, well, because if you have all your focus Edacron max, they each dust for 15 million.
Oh, that's a good point.
You'll get 60 million just on dusting those.
And you can't pre-dust those either.
You cannot.
So you need to only have 40 million cash in the rest of your supply.
You gotta play more reindeer games. That's all I'm saying. Like, and it sucks though, because the worst part of that, of course, is that the new focus Itacrons will release before the set dusts. So you're gonna be in this weird, awkward spot of just like managing your dusting materials.
Yeah. You just have to go through all of your last set and delete all of them. Oh, we've got Wolfie in the chat. Hi, Wolfie.
What's up?
There he is. How you doing, buddy? You okay? Now I can fix cameras. I can fix cameras. Oh, Carth is in the correct position.
Oh.
He has assumed the position. Man, drunk me should not be playing around with settings, because now I've got all kinds of fucked up shit going on. There. And
more fun that way.
I feel like when it is drunk you on camera, you should just let Discord take your camera and pull up the Discord chat. Menu.
Well, yeah, I mean there is that. I think I did do that yesterday. Why is that all moved again? What the fuck? Oh no, that's it's just me leaning to one side. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Right. Hold up.
Same thing.
Why are we missing a camera though? That's not right.
I don't think it's on yet.
No, it's on, and
very much on.
And I just did all the fuckery as well, and it's just not.
Oh, there he is.
Not showing.
Oh, you did the fuckery, but not the duckery.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm all out of ducks right now.
Well, there's your problem.
Fresh out of ducks. I've no more ducks to give. My ducks have runneth dry. Okay, so I just need to grab cam 3. Let's readjust Wolfie real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. And then I can grab this one. I can get rid of this one. And then I can add scene 3. Go. Wolfie is giant Wolfie, and we will smallenize him. I like how we still have, holy shit, I mean, you can see the plus counter at 46. There was some shots that got done on Friday night. Things got hot and heavy. It was good. Ah, we're here. Amazing. It's only taken us like a month to do another Drive Talks over here. Due to life happening, as life is wont to do, we have been unable to Tribe Talks in the way that we would like to. However, we have made a glorious and triumphant return to Tribe Talks, the Galaxy of Heroes podcast, allegedly. Gentlemen, I've missed you all dearly. I mean, kind of. Wolfie, I spoke to you on Friday.
I saying Friday.
I see you every Friday anyway.
taking shots. Come on.
I mean, in my defense,
seen you in like hours.
I'm usually blackout drunk by the end of that, so technically I don't remember any of it. So it feels like it's been a long ass time.
All right. Pop quiz. Do you recall watching the reworked version of the Princess Bride where they put lightsabers instead of the swords?
Nope.
All right, there we go. He was definitely gone.
Not a clue. That sounds awesome though. Like I genuinely I do get complete amnesia after a certain level of drink threshold has happened.
It's called being blackout drunk.
Yeah. And the fun part is when I go through my DMs like the next day and I'm like, who did I message last night at 5 a.m? I firmly put it down to
it was Urs, right?
It was Urs. Yes, you're absolutely right. I did message Urs.
Just whip out a titty, okay?
Just whipped it out, and I did message Urs. I messaged some other people as well, and I put it down to the fact that I had the ever so bright idea of pre-drinking with Mrs. Scribbles. It was a nice hot Friday afternoon. It'd been a stressful week, so we had a couple of double gin and tonics. Except it turns out that Mrs. Scribbles doesn't know which side of the jigger a double is. So when we went for a double, she was making quadruples.
Oh, that's my kind of drink. I think I like hanging out with Mrs. Scribbles.
I mean, yeah, but then you go on and have 14 shots, and then you don't remember your own name. So,
well, listen, that was going to be an outcome of your Friday night stream, irregardless.
I mean,
of how it started.
Does Scribe recall making plans for 2027 in California for a streamer get together at Disneyland? I know. LA Star Wars celebrations. Star Wars celebration in LA. That's where I want to go.
You planned celebration? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm literally getting paid the big bucks to sort it out for. I've not
so
got
cool.
I've never done any events planning in my life. So, joke's on them.
Can you hook me with a hosting gig?
Absolutely.
I would love to host. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do some interviews. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, experience. Here's my resume. I do Tribe Talks, where we sometimes interview other streamers.
That sometimes play Galaxy of Heroes. That's Star Wars related. Why isn't there a Galaxy of Heroes booth at Star Wars Celebration?
Right.
There has been in the past.
Oh, has there? In like 2016.
They did. The last one I remember was when Malgus released. When Malgus
really?
Released, they had him. They had a giant poster of him, and they had. You could play on the phone game. You could play their build of it and play with Malgus at the con. There was.
I bet it was bugged as well.
They had
it?
like an account for you to play, so you could like experience an actual Malgus and didn't have to like realize that you can't actually attain him. So.
Yeah. I mean, you got to appreciate the effort. But could you imagine like a complete novice, never touched Galaxy of Heroes before, and they're like, "Oh, you can play as Malgus." I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, what's a Sith Empire team like this?
That is the best way to learn how to play this game, because otherwise you would just be deterred by the fact that there is just books to read on kits and interactions and
the libraries that we need to read. Absolutely.
Well, I more meant like a new player comes into the game and then they want to play with Malgus and it's just like, oh, by the way, this is a conquest character, so you can't get this guy for several years that you get to be into the game before you can actually use this guy.
Spend some money for the low price of $5.99, and I mean $5.99.99.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I mean, maybe you're touching on the next era of the hyperspeed bundle, where it's like it gets you to 4 million GP. It's like, hey, conquest.
Well, I'm not going to be surprised if they start. They've been doing it. They did it with Maul. and I wouldn't be surprised if they've done it if they do it with a few more. But they're full on selling conquest units through Lightspeed bundles now to Relic 7. So.
They are. They're working their way through. Yeah. So we've had Maul, we've had Cat. Razor Crest? Yeah, we did have Razor Crest.
So.
Yeah,
but we didn't. Cat wasn't the full relic unlock, was she?
No. She was like 50 shards. You could purchase 50 shards. Yeah.
Bundle that was
those ones they've had for a while. Yeah.
Those ones have been around for a while, but the Maul one that came out during May the 4th, that was a full 7-star unlock.
Yeah, that was it Relic 5?
Yeah.
Relic 7?
Was it actually Relic 7 Maul? That's kind of neat. Yeah. The
only thing that sucked, of course, it didn't give him the Zetas. I feel like
still not got those Zetas.
CG needs to quit like trying to gatekeep Zetas. They've been dumping Zetas out the door in the last 6 months, which is fair. I mean, the game you're so far behind now starting today trying to keep up on Zetas on anything functional.
Yeah.
That they do need to increase the outflow, but to sell these packs without it is just kind of like, man, really? Like, why? Why do you do it? Like, at least give us one of them, or give the bundle, give like some mats or something.
That's what was kind of nice about the Mandalorian pack that they sold, right? Because you didn't even need Zetas on that team, so it was like, it's fine, it works out the gate. I mean, if you buy them all as well. I mean, that's the little asterisk there.
The critical part, but
yeah.
Just the guy who leads them and makes them work and do things and stuff. Although,
I mean, you can do Gar ISC, right?
I was about to say, Gar ISC can do some good work on their own. This is absolutely true. So
yeah, I remember the days of
couch that.
Gar ISC versus Gas. Nowadays, I would shit my pants trying to do that. I'd be like, I don't want to. And let's face it, Lord Vader has clones now. He don't need more.
Yeah, you can easily do it still. It's just that the dark side Krons haven't had the bulk in a long time. So without the bulk and without like a double, like the light speed Kron right now has the double dip.
Yeah,
where you get the 15% light side. For ally.
Oh, protection,
and then the Kron stats themselves also give you additional bulk. So if you could double dip on them again, they would just be going around spanking with some tenacity, of course, too, because you need some tenacity to reduce that days.
Yeah. You want usually around like 160, 170 tenacity.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you don't get dazed.
Any extra from the Kron.
Any extra
exactly. From the Kron will put you over that edge and be very, very solid. Because there are big chunks of solid stats on these this most recent set of Datacrons over there.
Yeah.
Like Carl said, there's no health and protection for the dark side, but there's like with the level 9s, I got a 99% armor pen from like one single roll.
Nice.
You got some really, really good shit over there.
Hell yeah.
Like you said, potency and tenacity and everything. Tenacity to make sure you're resisting those dazes. You can do some really good stuff with this Kron set, even if the level 9s themselves are a bit underwhelming.
Mostly, I really want them to stop doing the split stats. Like, quit giving me armor pen and resistance penetration. Just make it defense penetration. Quit doing special damage and physical offense, and just make it offense. I wouldn't
mind if it was one or the other in a set. I wouldn't mind if they're like, this time you've only got resistance penetration, and next set might have armor penetration. Armor penetration.
Yeah, armor.
When it's split down the middle, when you've got both of them in the same set, it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, my Fennec only wanted resistance penetration. Although on that FDC, they did give you both.
That's the thing, though. Like, sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Because, like, even specifically for that case, I know it's the focus Datacron and everything, but they give you armor pen and resistance pen. Boba is physical and, Fennec is special. So a lot of teams have combination physical and special damage dealers. So sometimes it is really nice to get a little bit of a mix of the two.
They're both special.
If you're going for a specific... if you're going for a targeted thing, then I can understand. Like, if you want your Fennec Kron and you got like all your special stuff ready to go, and then it just rolls armor pen, and you're like, well, I guess I'm along a new Datacron. It's just, it hurts.
I tell you what, I've not managed to roll a Datacron with like shitloads of protection for JML in forever. For some reason, protection just doesn't roll for me anymore. It's just it's never there. It's never there, and I know it's not on the later set. But I mean,
I'm mostly just not paying attention. Well, there we go.
There is protection on the new Kron set.
Perfect.
Oh, is it? I thought it was on the last set. Oh, right. Okay. Well, there we go. It's just not rolling for me.
Yeah. I'm mostly just not paying as much attention to like the actual stats themselves. It's like if I get protection, then cool. If I don't get them, cool. Like I'm trying to get the specific level 6s and 9s and whatever bullshit over there. Aside from that, it's just like, all right, let's get some crons, let's roll some stuff. And I haven't been quite as serious about rolling up everything as I once was when I was a young warthog, back in the day.
I'll try and like, if something just happens to have a heavy weighting and keeps on hitting the same stat, I might try and re-roll one of the other stats to be like, oh, come on,
It'll
maybe
be situational.
Yeah. But I'm like you. I'm not going overboard on the stats. I'd rather just make sure I've got the 6s and the 9s and the 3s that I want. That's the most important part.
If you look at like a report from Hot Utils of like the number of Datacron rerolls that I have, it's just going to be like a curve just going down over time. It's like, and we give less and less fucks.
It's negatively trending.
Well, there's only been a handful of times where crons were super stat dependent on needing the proper 369 as well as a certain threshold of whatever stat you needed.
Yeah,
there was one at one point where it's like if you want to do something nutty with Maul Mandos, you needed to have like 40% offense on the Kron to be able to kill the GL in time. It was back when Ahsoka first launched. If you had like 40% Kron or higher, you could kill her and then the rest of the team. So it didn't matter if you got taunt locked on her, you could just mow her through if you had enough offense.
Because you didn't need to do like the 5 blasts, you could get away with like 3, right?
No, you still needed the 5, but
I thought you could do the 3. Okay.
But it allowed you to not have to worry about her getting a taunt back, and because you could just kill her and then go after somebody else. And then basically it's Ezra versus 5 Mandos, and it's over.
So I was just having a look at my Datacrons now, and I've noticed that something has creeped back in. I've got 2 Palpatine level 9s, and one of them is C. Like the icon. Do you remember how when it first came out, it was C? It's now only one of them is C and one of them's Palpatine.
Oh.
Clearly you need to go back and re-roll it just to get it, just to make the portrait go away.
Yeah, it's like,
please don't do that. Don't waste that.
No. Roll something else. I'm like, damn it. I could have sworn they fixed that. I thought they fixed that.
They did, but it clearly didn't update retroactively.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And it kind of looks like they're looking at each other. How nice. Aww. Looking at each other lovingly. I mean, he is all of the Sith, so I suppose he's himself as well. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I guess a little incestual, but I guess it checks out.
Incestual, yeah. Like
incestual.
So we've had like basically an entire faction since we last done Tribe Talks, right? Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe.
Yeah. Like all of the Dark Side clones.
I believe Apo came out on our last one.
How about Nightfall Era Battle?
The sun has set.
Did you guys manage to 3-star on Nightfall?
I one account has everything 3-star. The other one, I think it's tier 4, is still on.
Tier 4 is the worst.
I have everything except for tier 5. Tier 4, I have 3-star. Tier 6, I have 3-star.
Nice.
Just for some reason, I cannot 3-star tier 5. I get the 2 stars. She does her big blowy uppy blasty thingy, and then everyone dies but CX2, and then he's just like, we win! And I'm like, damn it, I gotta press auto again.
I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
I was never gonna rerun that. I was never gonna try again. Like I've won it, and they survive. I win. I'm not rerunning it again to go for 3 stars. Like I'll just take the rewards and call it a day.
With the 3rd clone trooper, I got it on my first try. So it's as good as having it on set.
I got it on the first try with a 3rd clone trooper without having to remod, and I was like, "That's good."
No remodding. Yeah, exactly.
I got all of mine at 3 stars after we had CX2 in the game. Like when I relic 9'd him, I somehow managed to and it was like I did tier 6 and tier 5 back to back. It was just like one turn, just boop boop. It just worked both times. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. After spending like hours trying to get it to work previously in the week, and it just worked first time. I was like, all right, I don't care. I can just hit sim.
There we go.
So that's gift horse mouth looking in something about So I'm happy as a clam in mud about that. Long may it continue. I know that it's going to disappear a bit now, right? Like it's going to taper off and only appear once a week when we get the vanguards, right?
So we still have twice a week with the
cool.
after Scorch.
Well, hold on. We still have 2 times a week. We used to have 4 times a week.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was when it was double bubble. That was like, oh my god, you're getting 20 Gerda keypads in a week. Like
technically, the event still only ran twice a week. It just happened to refresh.
I know. I'm just being a dick.
I know, but that was so funny. Everyone was so butthurt about them finally fixing that. And I'm like, they told us like back when Apo ran that it was a bug.
Like, well, but they also didn't do anything, so we can hold out hope.
No. You can hold out hope that they're never gonna fix it. But at the same time, they told us they were gonna. So it's like,
hey, look, man, the buttons have been disappearing for years. So.
Yeah, they'll keep disappearing, I'm sure. Those buttons will keep disappearing. No doubt about that. But it's nice to draw a line. I would like to try the event again once Scorch is in, just to see how does it feel. I feel like he can tank that hit. I feel.
Well, the thing is too.
Well, it's an AOE, but
yeah. Well, but the direct hit is it deals more damage on the target she hits.
Oh.
When she does the AoE anyways, I generally only have CX2 surviving, so I would still only have CX2 and Apo and Scorch surviving. So it would.
Yeah, no, the big boom. Well, what it'll allow for though is that you'll get that Order 66 on her more consistently, and it'll be harder for her to get her tenacity up and everything else. So you can actually lock in immunity, things like that, because she's going to dispel him, lose the taunt. That's going to put marked on Scorch anyways through Lord Vader Leader, which means she's going to get stuck targeting him. He's going to be tanky AF.
Yeah. With his super tanky, bro.
100% defense.
Per stack.
Yeah.
Well, he gets 5 of them, doesn't he?
Have true damage 10. Or cry.
Yeah.
10. He has 10 when he uses his taunt. When he uses his taunt, if he has Lord Vader lead or Tarkin lead, he gets an additional 5.
Oh, I thought that was only the Omi there.
I think it's just the.
I don't remember offhand.
I can't remember.
But I do not recall.
But yeah, he's definitely going to be a chunky mother. I remember reading his kit, thinking, "God damn it, this guy's just never going to die."
Basically, have true damage.
Yes.
Yeah. The Ami is what gives him the additional 5 in GAC. But if he has Tarkin or leadership, they can't be dispelled.
Gotcha. So it's like he's only getting 5 stacks. He's only getting like 750% defense. Piddling.
Oh, only.
Okay,
that's fine.
And I think he's got something else that gives him like base 25%, which is funny. Like you think about, he's got 25% defense. That's pretty good. But you're like, yeah, but I've got 750% defense. Who cares about 25?
We're reading through it. It's like, oh, good, 25% on top of the 750. Oh, okay. I guess that's nice. Thanks, guy.
Yep. Laws of diminishing returns. It was kind of like when I was doing the First Order GC earlier today, and because of you got like hesitation decreasing your damage output, and they've got Moff Gideon putting demoralized out, lowering your offense by 50%. Crew was basicing for 1 damage. I was like, okay, yeah. Crew does no damage now until you get rid of some of that hesitation, and then he starts to. But that was just because I was messing around trying to make it work with no slacker, for the people that don't have slacker. And it can be done, thankfully. thankfully. But yes,
Well,
good times. Good. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Our boy Scorch just face tank big hits and shrug it off like he just don't care. So
he's gonna take like we said, some serious true damage type stuff to actually knock him out. What is that noise?
Kat, did you eat your mic? Or did you brush your mic? Or something like that?
I don't know.
Oh.
My mic's over here.
Oh, I don't know. Was it me? Oh, well, it's all good. It's all good.
No idea.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been any noise.
I blame Finn. Damn it, Finn.
To be fair, he hasn't been blamed around these parts for quite some time, so I think he's probably due. Unless we blamed him on Friday.
Crosshair. I think it was Crosshair. He was just like rubbing his hand through his head, and it's like so spiky. It was just making a
spiky
sort of noise.
Yeah. I feel like if I don't shave my head for a day or two, I'm pretty sure I can make static sounds by rubbing the bristles on my head. You want to raise Karth's
quite low.
Yeah, I can't raise Karth's voice any higher, I'm afraid. I can
proximity to the mic.
Yeah, I can reduce Wolfie and myself though.
I'm talking away.
How wooed.
So if I drop myself just a hair,
no,
maybe that helps.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, Tuesday we get our Scorchy boy. Has anybody fucked around with Tarkin? I haven't done any.
No, but
I've heard good
7
things.
Scorch shards.
See, I didn't get any. I've just been getting disguised clone trooper shards every fucking time. I'm like, he's already 7 star.
Yeah, right.
But Tarkin, I remodded. I put him potency mods, decent speed. I gave him his unique. I gave him his Omicron, which is on the leadership. So yeah, we're gonna mess with him. We're gonna see what happens. It'll be a fun time. I like I said, I was saying a little while ago, I'm really hoping that Tarkin Clones ends up being a formidable enough team that Tarkin keeps the clones in 5v5 and Lord Vader is still off on his own doing his thing with them all. There's somebody.
Oh, that poor guy. It'll go into Maul DeLoreans with Lord Vader, just to trigger the early frenzy.
Something tells me is that without Lord Vader leadership, that it's going to get rolled over by quite a few of those triple Omni GAC teams.
No.
But if it takes like a serious response and, I need this team to counter this team, but now I'm using it to counter Tarkin clones. If I'm using Ufus, it takes Malicos to do or something like that. If it takes like a serious enough response where it warrants having them do that team and then having Lord Vader on his own to do something else, it could be interesting. It's definitely a possibility.
Pretty confident that CLS will just roll right over the top of Tarkin clones.
Okay.
Like they without the protections from exposes, they're just gonna get melted into the floor. I feel like they're too vulnerable without taking advantage of what Lord Vader leadership offers them, unless they can absolutely speed roll over the top of somebody. But that's a pretty easy mechanic to stop them on, because they're not going to be the fastest team to get rolling, and they don't have a real turn meter generating mechanics on their team. So pretty sure.
So I missed all Tarkin clone talk really. Is he taking out anything good? Do we know?
I mean, no.
We haven't tried yet.
We don't know, or he isn't.
We won't know until we get Scorch.
Yeah,
everything I've seen on offense so far has just been like people are taking Tarkin as the 4th or 5th in a Lord Vader team, and then letting him wind up with his AOE to do tons of damage, kind of like what DCT does as well.
Yeah,
but that's as far as it's really going. Outside of that, it's not doing anything massively interesting, because if you put Tarkin in for DCT, because you still gotta have a tank. Without a tank, the team falls apart in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If you replace him, it makes Leia harder, but makes all the other counters easier. If you just use DCT, it makes the other counters harder and Leia a little easier. but that's about it.
Okay.
Like it doesn't really move the needle a ton.
That's fair. So I won't bother doing any finagling over there. It will be interesting to see what he can do with a full team of Darkside clones, but that'll just have to wait until well, about a week and 2 days, I guess.
And he'll still be the lead for 3v3.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I mean, well,
did CG get it right? Is it a 10 Omni? Because they messed up on Appos, didn't they? Or CX2s? Because it should only be 10 Omicrons, right? Yeah, good. They got it right.
I don't know. I applied it without looking at it.
I did it too quick. Yeah, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
I'll just apply it.
Right.
There we go. Got it.
Oh, man.
Because I was always going to do
I
that.
figure it's, yeah. That's the team. It's going to be solid. Hopefully it should be, good for something at least, even if it's like a defensive or an offensive or, just... Even if it's calling something, which is, calling something else, if it can play a part in the defensive lineup, then hopefully, I don't know, we are so power corrupt these days. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it does shed a little bit of light on the raid as well, because SWGOH gets a generic GAC on me, right? So 5v5 and 3v3, same thing.
And 3v3.
Which means no raid army on the clones. Do we think raid army is going to Vanguard or Pirates?
No,
Vanguard.
The raid. Well, they said the Pirates aren't coming out until later on, so they'll be swooping in at the end to do their,
turn up late and take all the credit.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting the Pirates to get the raid Omicron. It's going to be Jedi Temple Guard.
No.
Who will it be? No, Carth's like
It'll be one
triple army on Mace Windu.
No,
for the raid.
It's going to be one of the trash characters that they give an Omicron to.
Oh, well, like I'm a Gundai or something.
The new teams.
Why not Temple Guard?
The new teams don't need it. Why waste their kit space on being
so you can make
raid Omicron?
So you can make 2 teams.
But you can do that with any.
They gave they gave a freaking Conquest Omicron, not a Conquest Omicron,
Padawan Obi-Wan.
Sorry, I wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about the Gungan Omicron
for Galactic Challenge.
Galactic Challenges. Okay, you're talking about wasted kit space over here. They're okay with wasting kit space.
That was a year ago. They learned from that. They haven't done it since.
Oh,
the only one they ever did.
Like, I'm so glad that they've never tried to push another GC on me, because they just kind of blew that into so much irrelevance. And as soon as it was out, it was kind of like, well, that's incredibly situational. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to strip away generic beat the GC feats that got everybody up in arms. They reintroduced it, but still, like, when are you going to use Gungans to beat GCs? Well, apart from when they're the faction.
The only question.
I mean, if they're your only team.
Yeah, literally your only team. So you're thinking Jedi Vanguard, or Carth is thinking.
I'm thinking Temple Guard, the new Temple Guardian.
I think with like the same case that it was for freaking what's his nuts, Jar Jar. Once we had Jar Jar with the Gungans, the Omicron was just, it made it easy.
I still don't regret that Omicron. I'll be honest. I'm like,
I don't either. But just in general,
solid Omicron.
You didn't need the Omicron for that team to beat the raid. And I think that the same thing with Mace is going to be the same case, is that he's going to carry so much of that team that it makes the most sense for a second team to get any support. But that's under the guise that we get a second Jedi Vanguard team for the raid.
I think
so. That's the thing. I'm with you, but I'm also not with you. But I am with you, because I think that the Omicron is going to be for the Jedi Vanguard team, where it can either be super duper easy, or it can make the second Vanguard team.
Oh,
you either have
and that depends. We don't know if there is even going to need to be a second Vanguard team. We don't know if there's going to be one. There might be a
for new players. I think they'd sort of have to, because you think they got the new Bad Batch, we got the new Clone Troopers with Lord Vader, we've got the new Mace Windu, we've got all these new fucking teams.
Pirates.
They need to, and Pirates. They need to do something nice for these newer players to be able to have anything useful. Oh, Inquisitors, perfect.
Just do
Yeah,
Inquisitors.
perfect. Yeah, lovely.
But obviously they're not going to allow Reaver in there.
Oh yeah, why would you? She was only at the temple.
They have to do something to, like, as a bit of a handout over there, and like that would be making the Jedi Vanguard have some usable teams, give them the Omicron over there, give them something. Although actually that would be a point in your favor if they're going to give the Omicron to one of the older ones that they're reworking, as opposed to the new Jedi Temple Guardian, because that would be somebody they'd have to wail on. So I guess if they were truly being good to the new players, it would be, as you said, on a reworked character. So potentially, who knows?
But at the same time, the way I look at it is CG. What CG is gonna do for this next raid is what they tried doing in the last one, but didn't quite bridge the gap successfully.
Make the raid enjoyable.
No. What they're gonna do is that every team will be able to auto it once you get the perks of the Relic 9 tier.
Oh
so
yeah,
they're just gonna put all the incentive
in.
on relic pumping for the raid.
Oh yeah.
And get rid of putting in Omicrons, because it's just a wasted time. Make the raid doable without Omicrons and just put the incentive on higher relics. People are going to have to invest no matter what they want to do.
Well, like how it is right now with get your B2 and get all your guys to Relic 8, and suddenly you have the raid event ability. You don't need an Omicron, it's just the raid ability, which makes you just win.
Yeah, well, it gives you the cooldown reduction on B2,
they could
so you constantly reduce the enrage meter.
They could double bubble it,
but like
and
you said, it's relic locked.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Which is why they didn't fix it.
They could just double bubble it, and they'll be like, hey, look, if you go to Relic 9, it's great, but at Relic 9 with this Omicron, you can shortman this team instead. And like,
I don't see a reason why you
like the Leia Omicron.
Exactly.
Like the Hut Cartel Leia Omicron. You could 4 mana and then make a second team with that. So I'm more seeing the Mace to be more along those lines, like the Hut Cartel sort of thing. So that's what I'm expecting. That team, the Vanguard, the everything, the Omicron. That's more what I'm feeling for this.
The question is where do we get the rest of it? Because we know roughly what 20 of those 30 characters are going to be, provided that they are still doing specifically, named characters, right?
They'll always do named characters.
Well, maybe. Always is a strong word.
I think they said they were only doing that from now on. Like when they had reworked the Hut Cartel thing, I think they said they were only doing like named characters. They were going to do like a general faction sort of thing. They were just going to like name these specific characters from the factions, and that these are the raid characters.
I'm going to tell you right now that I 100% agree with you, but by 100% I mean 99.9, because they say in Smee's kit that pirates will be an allowed faction in the upcoming raid. They don't say.
Oh yeah, but it's going to be specific pirates from the faction.
Yeah, but it does not say that he will be one of the characters allowed in the upcoming raid. It specifically says.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
But you can use common sense and.
Oh yeah, no. But playing devil's advocate is way more fun.
Could you imagine if you can't actually use Smee in it? And it's
my God, why?
I would try.
There's probably so much that goes into like Smee's kit that makes pirate faction actually work, that just not allowing him. There's like
two things real quick. There will be 2 pirate teams by the time that they're done with the next era. They say that in the FAQ. There'll be a light side and dark side. So we know we're filling out the dark side team.
And
what I was going to say, what about my boy Hondo? He doesn't fit into your neat little box, Garth.
No,
all right?
But Hondo doesn't need to.
Man. Mr. Karth Box.
Hondo is still going to be a mercenary, because unless they update his kit again to his Omicron to work with pirates as well, which that's a
God, yes, please do it.
Oh God.
It would be a huge miss if they don't. But at the same time, the way I'm just saying it is that Hondo has a home already, air quotes, with the mercenary tag.
He does great with Balin. Amazing with Balin.
So
fantastic.
I don't see a need for them to do that. But if we have we know we're getting a new Galactic Journey. We're getting a journey guide character out of this next one, right?
Judd.
So we got the journey guide.
It's gonna be Judd. It
has to be Judd.
No, it has to be. But we got a journey guide and a conquest unit. So that means we've got basically 5 marquees minimum, probably dumping out of the next one.
Mhm.
So maybe 6. So if they do 6, then you've got your light side team and your dark side team, and Hondo can still go somewhere else. Or they rework Hondo again, they add the pirate tag, and then
no, he's got the pirate. Oh, you mean in this kit? But okay,
in this kit, yeah.
It just occurred to me as well. Speaking of pirates and how they're saying there's going to be 2 new pirate teams, right? You know what that also means for the next quarter, essentially, is absolutely no new fucking ships. Still.
Yep. Well, no.
How can we get pirates and not get ships? I'm calling bullshit. We need
unfair.
to get ships with the pirates. Okay, it's right there in the name, pirate ship. Come on.
Exactly.
Hey, I am with you. We can definitely get that still to come, but they have to do. I mean,
Yar!
We have to get at least something new on the Galactic Legend level this year. I really don't want to keep the Leviathan as the top meta. Like, I would gladly sacrifice the GL for a new fleet meta.
Oh, so would I.
I'm done with Leviathan.
100%.
Leviathan is such a toxic pain in the ass. I don't want it. I would just go away.
I just want something new. As soon as more and more people started getting Leviathan, and I started dropping further and further in Fleet Arena every day to do, I don't want to have to climb 4 or 5 battles in Fleet. Right? I like it when I do 2 a day. Exactly. Exactly. I want to be able to get the new capital ship as it comes out, and not have to worry about being hard counted every day. God damn it. So but it does disappoint me that it probably means no more ships, because we would need like a whole era of ships to come out to try and feed a new capital ship.
Yes, pirate ships.
Yeah,
we get Gorian Shand or whatever. We get Pirate Hondo. We'll get all like his buddies. We get Vane. We'll get the fucking SM-33 and Jod. We're hanging out with the whatever the fucking ship was called. I forgot.
The Crimson Ember or something like that. What was it?
I don't fucking remember. I forgot the name of the ship.
Something Cinder. Something Cinder.
Onyx Cinder.
Onyx Cinder. That's it.
Onyx Cinder. Yes.
Yeah.
The Onyx.
It's a cool ship,
Cinder.
actually.
It was a really cool ship.
Yeah, not the cargo. God.
I've seen the trailers. Okay, I've seen it. I know what it looks like. I've seen the stuff.
Do you though?
Yes.
No, you don't.
No.
I just never.
I'm telling you, you don't.
That's all I'm saying.
You never heard of no ad-atten.
Can't say never heard of no ad-atten.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just looking at the fact that they could come with the next era, depending if they want to do like Christmas as the GL era with like GL Thrawn or whatever else for a remnant. But that could give us the quarter after this being the one where they do the fleet, which would need the conquest unit to helmet, and then like so many ships. Because they would need like at least 4 ships. That's 4 marquees possibly. And then watch them do like, 4 of those ships or 3 out of those 4 being punishing 1 level of a nuisance.
Oh god.
Because honestly, they've gone in the way of the ship marquees as opposed to the ship chases.
Yeah.
So
I missed the chases, bro. The chases, they were good. Like get a 7-star ship for like 6,000 crystals. Although that cost kept creeping up. It was like 5,000 crystals, and then it jumped to like 6, and then 7, then 8.
But they play with their roll rates, yeah. Like, hold on a second.
Yeah. Well, I think the ideal was trying to get it like upwards of like just close to a vault.
Yeah, I don't want to spend that much. But that's the world we live in now. So
it's still cheaper than 2.5 vaults to get it. I mean, just comparing the two, but yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't mind if we don't have a GL and we have a big capital ship. I would be okay with that. But they've got to make it happen. They've got to make it happen because Fleet needs a change up, bro. It needs a change up so hard. Dude, yeah. Like GLs, I do not really want to see the day and age in GAC where I am perfectly capable of putting 11 GLs down in 5v5. Like yeah. And then I watch them still get beat by every triple Omni GAC team in the game because they all have those counters available.
Yeah, or
Like,
there's a random datacron that just allows a particular team to beat 3 or
is
4 Gs.
going to need an overhaul in the next 12 months. Like they have to do something different with it.
Yeah,
because the power creep at the end game is going to get so extreme that it's just going to be, what do you do? What do you do? You just sit there and everything dies.
Yeah.
Have you considered just winning?
I do that on occasion,
okay.
and then other days I just lose.
Well, Carth is probably like, on the days that I don't win, I just buy myself some crystals, and then I win anyway.
Yeah,
I just get myself 1,000 crystals and call it quits.
1,000? Come on, those are really
sorry. I spend $1,000 on crystals. I got it the wrong way around. Not spending dollars for 1,000 crystals. Spend $1,000 for crystals.
1,000 crystals in one go is not economical. Come on.
I don't want to say that number is accurate, but I want to say I got really close to it by the time May the 4th stuff was done.
Yeesh.
And by the time May the 4th was done, that's like 2 weeks into the month, wasn't it?
Yeah. No.
That checks out.
The main account has 125,000 crystals, and the alt has 50,000.
That's like 4 capital ships, bro. You done.
I won't need crystals for like the next 2 months, though. So
Carth, I think you beat the game.
You completed it, bro.
No.
And yet
authority.
You still don't have everything at R9, though. I mean,
yeah, that's the problem, is that they didn't give you anything on this event for like good quality, like R9s, like spending. They just kind of like gave you 2 really shitty packs.
They didn't do the whole, what was it? It was the £100. Well, the £100 pack that gives you a second one for half price. Did that not show up?
They did do that.
That's pretty good, though, isn't it?
That one's not bad because of all the signal data you get with it.
Yeah, it's not awful.
Yeah,
the first one was trash comparatively. It's $100. There was no follow-up offer, and it gave you not even a full relic.
Yeah, that doesn't taste great, especially when we've just had loads of Nightfall Era giving you so much things like Gerda keypads and impulse detectors.
Why put it forward? Like, just
and to be fair, Carth, I bet you're at the point now where signal data is just not a crunch.
I mean, not with the rate. They would have to start dumping marquees on my face for that to be a problem. I mean, I've got like 2,500 of each.
Wow, fuck.
Biggest...
What the
2,500 of each signal data. Yeah, you're okay. That's like
yeah, I think
3 or 4 full teams of Relic 8s. I think.
Maybe. Well, when they drop quickly, you burn through a couple hundred with
good. Yeah, 20% of my materials. Oh great. Oh no.
Oh, no. I'm getting low. I better buy a vault of crystals. Go.
That one with the double drops and the triple drops, I was just smashing the crap out of the tier 3 signal data stuff.
Yeah,
I think I farmed out in that while the event was running. I think I farmed out like 600.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I was definitely hitting signal data.
When you buy the $200 crystal pack that gets you 45,000 crystals, and then it gives you that will complete the parsec bundle, and they were running a double bundle, so you had the normal collection and then the other one. It was just dumping out Cantina energy. I mean, you would buy one pack and you would get like 1,500 energy, and you just go in and spend it real quick, and then you get a couple hundred signal data, and you're like, oh well, that was convenient. Well, I was gonna buy this anyway, so
nice.
Anyways, it was just I wasn't smashing through refreshes, but I was definitely taking advantage of the
even I've got 800 of the tier 1, 900 tier 2, and 994 tier 3. So my problem is actually that the mat's not signal data right now. Like, signal data is okay. I can do a full team of R8 or R9
I'm at like 400, 300, 200, but I also am at like, I got a few more GPs than you.
You got a few of the GPs.
Carth.
Yeah, your G penis is bigger than mine. That's true.
Carth has quite the G penis, but
yes.
not.
Is your main over 14 yet, Wolf?
No, I'm getting close. Actually, let me check what I'm at. I logged out to go to the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes store real quick, because as you're talking about it, I was like, fuck, I haven't been to the store in like 2 weeks. I should probably stop by there and
Yeah,
like
dude,
collect
there's
my
so
rewards.
much free energy. Like, honest to God, man, like the free energy
I
from the
just always
store
forget.
is so worth going for. Like I'll do
Agreed.
it like every couple of days because I'll always make sure that I log in on the weekly.
You'll come back with like
calendar.
400 energy or something. All right.
Well, no, because you can only store 3 days at a time. After 3 days it'll fall off, so you have to go every 3 days minimum. But I'll go when the calendar drops, which is Monday. And then when that comes out, then I'll get everything. And then like Wednesday and Friday, I'll come back and get it every couple of days. I don't care enough to do it every day, but yeah, what you get out of that Coaxium run and then the daily stuff is worth showing up for. It's not like they're giving away the farm, but it's
still couple hundred energy here, couple hundred energy here. It definitely helps the farms out.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
It's definitely solid.
Well, basically at this point, if you're going into the web store every day and you're not needing to farm like 12,000 things in normal energy, you basically don't need to refresh your normal energy anymore, especially with
no, I don't.
the tickets being there anymore. I do one refresh solely for the sake of I'm just farming relic mats with my normal energy, but I don't need to farm a ton of them. I'm getting now to the point where it's like it's purely the R9 mats are my limiting factor.
Yeah. Minus is most of the relic mats.
I could waste a ton of mats and do a bunch of useless R8s, but
yeah,
I'm trying to keep that off because my objective for this next one is we'll finish the clones at R9. We'll likely do the Jedi Vanguard at R9. I might double back and do the Bad Batch at R9. For the sake of the raid, basically, I just want to see
all the things.
I'm planning R8 minimum, to be fair.
Basically, what I'm planning on is I want to be in a position to where I can load up the raid with the team, press auto, and walk away, and come back to a max score. That's all I care about right now.
Every team is like the Gungans.
That's what I want. I want R9 tier to be that way. I want if I put in the investment, I should be able to go in, decently modded, press auto, and walk away.
I mean, that's the dream.
That's all I want. That's all I want out of this raid.
Don't let your memes be dreams, guys.
That's the dream.
Let it run for a year. I think CG is not going to do less than a year on the raids now. I feel like that was too ambitious for them.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be once a year.
And especially with the first 2 months of this raid, probably most people won't have the last faction fully decked out unless you spend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're going to have to give it a little bit more lead time because people will be pissed if they're like, I only got 5 months out of the pirate faction.
This December, new raid. Son of a...
And February, new raid. No, what?
Oh, God. Yeah, please don't.
And please still don't. No new capital ship.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I kind of wish they would give us a raid character, though. But, I mean, now we could use this as a nice divergent point that... there is murmurs in the waters.
Who's murmur?
We're murmuring.
A new TV
This is the Lady
planet.
of the Lake?
No.
Am I getting a sword? Am I going to be the king?
TV planet could have a lake. There could be a lady on it. She might have a sword. You could be king of an island the size of a shoe, but it's all there.
Damn it.
Now, come on. Arthurian legend right now? I played that King Arthur Legends Rise. All right, I played that, and it was okay, but their arena shit was really bad.
It's not a scam.
Oh my god.
No, a lot of the new marquees have been added to TB operation tags. They have tags for platoons.
Huh? The new marquees have.
Yeah, so Scorch has a tag on him on SWGOH for operations for platoons.
Oh,
for like a new planet.
Yeah. So since we know they won't add them retroactively unless necessary, like when they did alleviate, certain characters, and they didn't really.
I think they had made one. I think they had made one change because of like a special mission, right?
Yeah, they made a change on the special mission, but they only use characters that were already being required in there. They didn't add any of the new stuff yet. The first time we got anything new added, of course, was Zepho and
the new planets.
Mandalore. So the chances are is that sometime in the next era there will be a new planet that drops.
I hope so. I like new planets.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hopefully, it's going to probably be in the middle because it's probably going to be a mixed planet again, which makes a ton of sense because they're going to give us a light side and dark side pirate team, and I feel like it's going to have to do something with the pirates.
Nah.
Watch it be R9. Good God, watch it be R9.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like we won't do that because
they're going to add a phase 7 to TB. Yeah. It's going to be an extra day.
Guys, the answer is obvious. There's plenty of room on Tatooine. You know, just stick it all somewhere.
Yeah, those are in there.
Just rearrange all the other battles. Just put it over there. I mean, there's only 6 other battles there. I mean, it's nothing. You know, it's fine.
And it's kind of like, you know, Star Wars IP in general. It's like if Tatooine isn't in this TV show or film, then is it even Star Wars? Tatooine has to be in everything. So
I don't think it was Andor season 2 or 1.
Wait, I would say, is Andor not Star Wars?
No, it's not.
Yeah, because it's better.
No, because it's good.
Yeah, because it's good. More can't be Star Wars.
Yo, no spoilers, but holy.
Yeah, no spoilers because I haven't seen it yet.
God.
All right, I will get to it.
God, it was so
we'll
good. Oh God, just end stream right now and go watch the entire thing. Just
Should we have a watch party? Watch party
yes, right now. We'll just okay. Everyone, Tribe Talks is over. It's time for a watch party.
This is going to be the longest Tribe Talks because we're going to binge the entire 2 seasons of Andor.
Oh, seasons.
I'm gonna call in sick from work for the next 2 days. Like I got a stomach bug, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday.
Well, I'll still be here, so I'm not going to call in sick. I'm just going to put myself on Do Not Disturb. No, actually, this is going out live. I don't want anyone from work being like, I heard you say that. They'll tune into my stream when I'm supposed to be in a meeting, and they'll be like, excuse me. This is why you bumped our meeting today? It's really important.
I could do both. Someone's taking notes for me. I paid them $10. I got the notes. You need me to make a presentation.
It's Copilot. Copilot's taking notes for me.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my
I got
God.
AI doing all the heavy lifting. I'll get back to you guys on Wednesday with my response.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. So a new planet in TB, that would be kind of neat. That would be kind of.
I mean, it would be nice. I'm just hopeful that they give us a new TB character. Like,
yeah, please. I'd rather that over Kyrotech in the rewards.
I just want something to work towards. TB is an absolute wasteland of just like, you know, what do I min-max on and why? And you spend way too much time debating the why more than anything. It's just like, we were talking about this in your patron chat earlier today. One extra star is not really a game changer.
I mean, like at certain thresholds, it can make the difference between one go to keypad and no go to keypad. And for certain players at certain levels, that's significant. But the further you go, the less value or ROI, I feel.
Well, there's big hurdles in the reward system that if you get to them, like getting to 36 stars was the first one, and then I think getting like to 40 is like the next one, and then mid 40s is kind of like, when you can comfortably make those jumps, it works out. But before that, if you're trying to go from 44 to 45 stars and you're looking at having to platoon, 80 brand new R9 characters, and everyone's going to have to do all their CMs like phase 3 and onward, and everyone's going to have to do them. It's just like, man, you're better off just having a bloat party and trying to get everyone to just bloat up 1 million GP than anything else.
Because they're really going to need like a better way to incentivize people to invest in that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like Carl's saying, if it's a TB character, people will always fucking get an R17 to
exactly
or R8 or whatever.
Put it on an R8 planet and just hey, you got to go here. It's like, all right, well, let's do it.
Easy.
I'm here for it. I would just like something else to do in TB because I've been so checked out for like the last 4 months. I literally wait until the last 2 hours of every phase, do the math in my head on how much more GP we need, and hit deploy.
Yeah. But you've been putting all of those TB armies on, Karth. You got to use them somehow.
I know, dude. I'm honest to God. I could do these
Didn't you
on
do like
auto.
Cassian's recently?
I did do Cassian's recently. I did Cassian's. I did Rolos. I did a
My
couple
God.
others. The only ones I'm missing right now on TB are the new ones. So Hu Yang,
Yeah.
Wrecker, and Apo. And then I'm missing 3 of the TW Amis for
Inquisitors, probably.
Inquisitors.
Yeah.
And then the 3 other Amis are the Galactic Challenge, Conquest, and the Scout Raid Ami, which you will never convince me to put on besides being a completionist.
Yeah. I'm still mad about that one. I'll be honest, still very mad about that one.
It was and that was
it was for the content, and then it turned out that it was shit. It just you might as well not have it. It just didn't do much.
I do remember somewhere back in the logs that I offered to do it for you, and you could have tested on my account.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Nah, it's okay. I'll do it."
Yeah.
Like,
you God, I need to go back in time and slap myself. I mean, not just for that, for many, many things, but that's one of them. I will definitely slap myself for that. Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah, it checks out. Logic checks out. So yeah, Howie's asking, do you want changes in TB or territory wars more? Definitely
TW more.
Yeah. I want TW to be overhauled the most out of every. Like TB is easy for them to change and make a little bit more engaging. Give me new planets. Give me a character. You can add a character to any of the available planets. I don't care. Just give me something to work towards that's not just, oh, well, here's a useless R9 for platoons. I love my R9 Lobot. I would die for that character.
Oh,
if you can't sense the sarcasm, I don't know how to help you. But, it's just give me something to do on these other planets. Give me a new character, a reason to work towards certain things. And I'd be happier with TB where it sits right now. But with TW, it's just like, there's no reason to be competitive. There's no reason to be at the top. There's no reason to be sweaty tryhards because the rewards are the same past the 380 million GP. And if you're in a guild that's just big enough to not be in the gauntlet and just small enough not to be just kicking the kindergartners every day, you're going to win like 80-90% of your runs with the same rewards as those sweaty tryhards losing by 20 banners at the end of a 24-hour stressful event. Like why would I care to do that? Like why would I care to be watching my phone and being super attentive to the game for 24 hours when literally the rewards don't change? Like I would rather just go kick it in a smaller guild and win 90% and get my 5 droid brains by
without even trying, basically.
Yeah, doing three battles to the open, come back in the morning and the board's cleared. It's like why would I fight this? There's just no incentive to be better at it, like, besides pride. And at this point, I don't have that.
I have neither pride nor dignity at this point. I just don't care.
I lost that years ago.
Exactly. But you are right. Like the highest tier for TW is 380 mil.
Yeah.
Guilds are well over 700 mil GP at the top end.
Well, a few.
Yeah, okay.
But they are there.
They exist. So we've nearly got twice. No, we've got. There are, I think, some guilds are over 750 mil, aren't there? In total GP.
I think Chromium is.
Well, Chromium is okay. So twice the cap. Like it needs looking at. And
if you're doubling the cap, literally. Yeah.
I think they might need to have a doozy at that one.
Just a wee bit, yeah. Seems like their scale's a little bit off at that point.
Well, and that's the thing is I don't want to join guilds that are that size because it's like there's no reason to try. Mm-hmm. I can literally just get the same rewards as them at like a fraction of the effort. So it's like I don't know why you'd want to bother with it. There's just no reason. They need to do something to change the reward structure for having more GP. And they need to change the interaction. I think TW hasn't changed since we doubled the size of the board, and that's it. Like I would like to see more
Yeah, I don't think doubling the size of the board was really the shape up that TW needed. Really, I think it probably could have used more time in the oven.
3 years ago, it was probably enough.
Yeah,
but now with 9 GLs on the board, looking down probably a 10th, you have 3 meta fleets, probably a 4th in the next year.
Oh, we can only hope, Garth. We can only hope.
We can pray. We can pray for that one. But yeah, it's just like it's just getting to the point where even doubling it isn't going to be enough of a tactical improvement.
They need to do so much more than just increase the squads. Like so much more. It needs fundamental changes, I think, to the structure and the rewards.
Well, it needs to be a way to be engaged without needing that 24-hour around the clock follow through.
That would be
nice.
I
shouldn't need to be in a position where I need to have somebody else log into my account in case I'm asleep and we need to use my counter at 2 a.m. And my battle buddy's out there logging into my account for me. That shouldn't be a required part of the game.
It's a little unrealistic.
Yeah.
So, I would like a change in TW. We've gone down that road multiple times on the house, the what's, but if anything was on the top of my wish list for changes to come into the game, I think TW would be the one. It's I like PvP, but there's just no reason to be good at it in this game when the rewards don't really differ a hell of a lot than half-assing it.
Yeah. You might as well just take the stress out of it and coast and still get pretty much exactly the same rewards.
Well, I intentionally go 5 and 4 in GAC right now. I win the first 2, intentionally throw the last round. I win the first one, throw the next 2. I win the first 2, throw the last one, and I'll get the same rewards as somebody who was trying really, really hard that week to go, 3-0, and I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of the same. Like once you're in Kyber 1, doesn't really make a difference where in Kyber 1 you are. You do get marginally better championship rewards if you're like in the top 10 or in the top 5 or in the top 50 and that sort. But it's so minimal that you really don't want to be spending all that extra reroll energy on Datacrons. Well, I mean, you do it anyway, Garth, to be fair.
I do. I like to have the things. Just because I like to have the options, that's all. But no, it's just it doesn't really change the outcome of the game. It's just long past the time where occasionally something that you invest a lot into, or really, really well, or an off meta counter really, really well, and you can use all of that to your advantage to be better than somebody else in the game that may or may not have that information or whatever. There was a reason for it. But now there's just so much on the board in GAC where it's like, man, it's just rock, paper, scissors. All I do is go, okay, unless I'm an idiot and I lay down every single counter to your one team on defense, I'll have an option to get through your team. It's not like it's impenetrable. So it's just there's just too much to work around these days when it comes to GAC, where it's like, I don't want to get sweaty and be banner efficient, so I'd rather just go 5 and 4 every week and call it a day. It's a much easier life to lead. I don't have to stress about the game.
That's fair. I mean, you've not taken it quite to the extreme that some of the massive Krakens have gone, where they're just like, I have everything, and I just don't play GAC because I don't care.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten there yet.
Yep.
That day might come. Yes. Night Fox, you play my GACs.
I'm sure Night Fox would hate that severely. He doesn't even want to play his own GACs.
It would be the reason why I would fall so far, though, because he'd come in, do one battle on auto. And
in the last 10 minutes, see if he can do pull out the old 67 banner victory. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, dude. But that's the thing is, I've had with having all this stuff and things, I can't tell you how many times in 3v3 with Lord Vader and Apo and CX2 in the front, if they failed that counter, they quit attacking. That was the end of the attack phase. And I was like, well, I was trying to throw this round, but now it's just such easy crystals. I can't.
It is the team to beat at the moment, isn't it? It feels a lot like we're back to Great Mother's Cron.
A little,
Lord Vader.
yeah.
It's like
I feel like there's a lot of decent options against this one already. It's just kind of like it's hard to test everything because A, the full team isn't available. B, we don't have an environment where we can test with crons or Omicrons active. And so it's like, does this really, really work, or does this kind of sort of work?
Yeah.
Things definitely changed with the crons, without the crons, as they're going around over there. It's definitely a big factor in a lot of things. So you may have some kind of which works great in GAC, but works like absolute shit in TW. I'm not saying that from personal experience. Talking about Slacker or anything, definitely not talking about Slacker. No, he's like definitely not.
Leia versus Ahsoka in GAC versus Leia versus Ahsoka in
oh my god, in TW, it's such a different battle.
It's a
wildly different battle.
It's a little bit of a clincher sometimes, depending on the cron.
You're basically just like praying. It's like, can I maybe like okay.
You just leave Adrad alone. Thank you. At any point in time, if you could just leave him alone.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough one, but it's a fun one.
I've left Crosshair on the background there just because we basically look exactly the same. So it's like having two scribes.
I have been thinking about giving this a whack again.
It is summertime now, Karth, so maybe you need the summer haircut.
Maybe
summertime.
And
what's Karth doing?
Shaving his head for charity.
Yeah, for charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
The charity is let's make Scribble not feel like the only bald person in the world.
Well, there's plenty of bald people in the world.
Yeah, but not on this stream. There aren't. It's just me, and then Wolfie has got so much hair.
It's just you and Jason Statham. Just horrible. You're an awful company.
They're the only people that are bald, and nobody likes you
in the entire world.
I don't think we could possibly do that, Job. Absolutely not. We couldn't have Wolfie shave either his face nor his head. It would feel like a travesty.
I should shave for charity? Yeah, that would have to be a significant amount of money.
Yeah. And a really significant charity.
I'm just going to say that.
And what?
It would be for charity, but, part of the charity would be Wolf.
Yeah, the charity of Wolf.
Yeah.
The charity of Wolf still has to pay off his fucking student loans. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
sports.
Student loans, those fucking things. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So lots of fun and games happening at the moment. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to get SWGOH. Hopefully it does make Lord Vader a decent 5v5 team. I'm sure it will, but yeah. I'm sure it will maybe.
Oh yeah. They'll be good, and I'm still going to hold out hope that Tarkin Clones ends up being a decent enough team on defense, so Lord Vader ends up being off of his own again, just because I think that'd be funny.
Everything takes Lord Vader's units. You don't get them.
It'll probably still be Lord Vader clones. I think that's like one of those things where CG would take that personally, and they'd be like, "We are investigating an unforeseen interaction where Tarkin Clones is better than Lord Vader, so we'll be right back."
Yeah,
that feels like something that they would be like, well, God damn it, guys, you're doing it wrong. No, do it. We told you. Bad player base.
It's almost like the whole Bane C debacle all over again.
Yes,
it's like Bane, the lifter for C, and everybody's like, no, I'm just taking Bane. He's going with some random dude. He's going with Sith Assassin.
Oh man.
And C is still over there like, all right, give me what? Give me armor. Give me GBA.
Yep.
Well,
he's still doing his thing.
It is falling off though for what C has been needed for to counter. You're needing to put them back together more often than not. And
for some of the bigger teams,
there's less and less teams being left on defense that Bane can still deal with, and all it really takes is like the bread and butter for most people, is Queen Amidala. All it really takes is enough offense in the cron, and then Bane gets really dicey versus Queenie. So it's just dependent on what's happening, but I'm fine with that. I don't really care if clones work better with Tarkin or work better with Lord Vader, because I mean, having a second team with Tarkin would still be fun to go.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's not going to do anything otherwise. So,
and it may end up being an offensive team where, like, if you need Lord Vader clones to take something out, then you go and use them, or you break off Tarkin and you can use that, and then Lord Vader can solo some Tuscans because it's fun.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, there was a time I was just using Lord
Tuskens
Vader to
aren't
beat
a
Tuskens.
threat in 5e5,
Yeah, right.
though. You know,
No.
Tuskens are a threat in 5s.
Also, Clyde sped out the heli, and welcome to Sandflies. What's going on?
What's going on?
Has a question about. He's got a Trap Tots question for later, or we can answer it now. I don't know.
Sure, I mean, we could.
I mean, if we wait
Hi,
till later,
Meathead. Bye, Meathead. Love you.
Hi, Meathead. What's going on? Good timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Sorry, I just saw Evo was like, cue the SpongeBob clip. Bald, 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 bald. I don't know the clip, but it's somebody shouting bald. I feel personally attacked.
Bald, 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 bald.
Is that how it goes?
he sees somebody without a wig, and he's super bald. But anyways,
gosh, oh me.
Anyways, I forget who it was. Who was it again? I feel like it was the whale.
I don't know. I don't watch SpongeBob, so I can't.
Well, it's been a long time. It's a children's cartoon, but you know what? I grew up watching it.
I didn't. I was already too old, I think. I don't remember.
What?
Squidward? Right.
King Triton.
King Triton. Oh, there you go then.
Oh, it's King Triton. Oh, it's in the movie. Oh, god damn it. It has been a fucking minute. Oh, it has been a minute.
It's right over my head. Right over my head.
Mine too. I've watched so little SpongeBob in my life.
I've seen clips of SpongeBob. That's the extent of my exposure to that. And well, to be fair, the only other thing I've seen is the song, because my first job,
I
was
many
a glass
songs
collector.
in SpongeBob.
Well, the theme song, right?
The theme song. Okay, cool.
Yeah. When I was a glass collector, it was my very first job when I was like 16 in a local pub. There used to be, every Sunday used to be cabaret night, and at the end of every cabaret night, it would end on the SpongeBob song. So that was my exposure to SpongeBob, was just the pirate captain going, "Oh,
who lives in a pineapple under the sea?"
Yeah, that one. You made it sound like you were like Swedish or something then. Scandinavian SpongeBob.
There you go. There's a fresh take for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We haven't talked about good old boy Macy yet.
No. I mean,
what's there to talk about?
He's bald.
Do we have any news? He is also bald. That is true.
Yes.
He is another bald man in the Galaxy of Heroes universe and the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, we know nothing about him.
Star Wars.
We know that Crosshair.
Crosshair. We got tons of them.
I'm sure there's somebody else. Malgus. Sith Lords are bald.
Sith Eternal Emperor. Palpatine's bald.
Is he? Right, he's got a little bit of hair. Yeah, Grand Inquisitor's bald. Technically,
Bosca's bald. Technically,
Jar Jar Binks. Yeah.
Admiral
These are the
Akbar?
real questions. Akbar and Radis.
Syndulla is bald.
Vader is quite bald. He did have his hair burned the fuck off. So yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's very. I never considered that Twi'leks are all bald, and that changes things.
Night Trooper and Death Trooper Peridia and Captain Enoch are all bald too.
I mean, they're more like bone, but yeah.
You don't know.
No, no.
Tells me they're bald. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
The only news I know that we have about Jedi Master Mace Windu is that his name is going to be Jedi Master Mace Windu. That's the only thing.
I mean, so the question is, I guess more or less when it comes around Mace, is with the introduction of adding pirates to the raid, do you think the raid comes with Mace after
Yes.
Mace.
Well, I
Yes.
think it'll come like basically. I
Right
think
after
Mace will
Mace.
come like 2 weeks after we get deeper, and then the raid will go live. Like I
How
think it'll be
deep?
that
balls
quick.
like balls deep.
Balls deeper Balaba. Yeah. Oh my god, that's gonna be great. That is definitely going to be her name. We've coined it. It's there. I'm getting that tattooed on my forearm, man. Balls deeper Balaba. Oh my god, I love it. I love
Perfect.
it. Yep. Write that one down. It's going to be here to stay.
Fantastic.
The
Done.
Gungans are no longer going to have the market cornered on bull jokes.
Part of me feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mace is gonna be a little later than 2 weeks after the last marquee.
You reckon? Okay.
I
Maybe
think
it
they're
will
gonna
be.
wait. I think they're gonna wait until at least everything's in shipments.
I don't. But only because I remember seeing it on their, they did that timeline, and they had him there at the end before the start of the new era. So that tells me it's coming pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's not exactly solid set in stone.
Everything is subject to change.
Everything is subject to change, but it's an indicator to me.
Their release date of the raid was no earlier than
not before June. Yeah.
That was like their entire
and in the grand scheme of time, the raid could be years away. It could be decades out. Because there is so much more time that is past this June.
Yeah, that's why I told everybody in the guild chat. They're like, well, they said July for the raid. I'm like, no. They said past June.
Yeah.
Like it would be after June. They're like, that could be August, September.
Wait. Wait.
They're not giving us that much time.
There must be a character called June in Star Wars, right? Are we going to get a marquee release for a character called June at some point? And then we
have Juno Eclipse.
That's very close. Yeah.
Oh my god, I would love to have Juno.
No, every time we go around this path, I just start fangirling over Proxy, and we don't get anywhere because Proxy would be the greatest.
Technically, I am 25% complete on Delta Squad, but in all honesty, I would still want a light side version of Scorch. In the game. Yeah, you're right. They do have on their timetable for the Era Battle update is that they do have Mace Windu after, literally the week after she releases.
That's when he's coming. And then the raid will be like right after that.
Yeah, that seems almost too punishing. But at the same time, man, yeah, it seems almost too punishing. That seems really tight. Unless they plan like on a really quick release again on the second go, like within 90 days. Man, that sounds punishing.
Yeah, I mean they did it with Jar Jar, right?
They
like the raid launched 2 weeks after Jar Jar dropped, and then
we had a lot more lead time between the last marquee and Jar Jar's event coming out. Like everything was in shipments by the time that released. Yeah, I agree. Because
we had the Queen's Men,
Poncho and
Queen Amidala.
They released after that, and then Queen Amidala released before. We're somewhere in that time frame. Anyways,
maybe we'll at least get a full team of pirates. So it would be 2 releases, but I doubt it. I think it's coming pretty lickety split. I think it's dropping pretty heavy and quick.
I mean, to be honest, though, I mean, Smee is not going to be far from being released by the time the raid goes live. Like, we'll be like a week from the last conquest if it comes out with Mace Windu.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, Mace theoretically will be in like 6 weeks, right? Something like that.
Theoretically, yeah, because we have to get through the entirety of June. Not the entirety of June, sorry. The Scorch launches next week. So, the first marquee does launch the first week of June. So yeah, June 3rd would be.
I mean, it all lines up, Karth. It all lines up. Because I don't think it'll be the end of July that we get the raid. But that's just me.
No, but I just.
See, we've got Meathead in the chat. You know, Meathead can just give us the date the raid's going to launch right now. Meathead, when's the raid dropping, by the way? And what's the entire list of characters?
Meathead's breaking news on Tribe Talks? What?
Yeah, of course.
What?
He's going to come on the call and spill the beans. I mean, never mind that it's a Sunday and he's not working today.
I have no idea why he would answer anything about this.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
Perfectly typed up script from...
He won't get in trouble. No, we won't tell him. We won't tell anybody, Meat. You can tell us in confidence.
Yeah. I'm going to say that somebody besides him from CG occasionally watches some of the content creators that produce for this game. And I would feel like he would probably get ousted within the week. And I think he likes his job. So I'm going to go with no.
Ah, yes. Yes, that's a shame.
Oh, well, there you go. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking at the maps now on the release. So we have 3 purple marquee characters, and then 3 blue marquee characters, and then journey guide character. So it's got to be 3 and 3, 3 light side, 3 dark side.
Okay.
Oh, so, do you have a link to that? Can I have a look at that?
I mean, it's just their.
Yeah, I'm being too lazy to search for the post. That's
yeah. I'm here. Hold on. Let me go.
Also, real quick, I had seen a comment earlier. What do you guys think about Smee as a conquest character? Do you think that it's too much? Do you think that he should be a marquee? Do you think what do you think about Smee?
I don't care.
I don't think necessarily he deserves to be a conquest character. I'll be honest,
sir.
I love Smee. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great character in Skeleton Crew, but conquest seems a bit heavy. Like Jod. Jod I could see being conquest.
See, the thing is though, is that
I think he's gonna be the legendary.
Yeah, so do I.
He is. That's undisputed. But the thing of it is that for me, the way I view conquest characters now has nothing to do with their power level in lore. It's going to be their power level in game. So if they want to make him the conquest unit and he's good, he's actually our first TW conquest unit since I think Dark Trooper Moff Gideon.
And he is pretty solid in lore. Like he does fuck up a bunch of pirates. He does he protects the kids and everything. He does some good work. He pilots and everything.
Yeah, like I'm not opposed to it. It's just like if he's good in game and he's a conquest character, cool. Like who else would you want as a pirate that's gonna come from Skeleton Crew? Like the guys that all die by the end of it? Like, come on. Like who gives a shit? Like
hashtag spoilers, God.
Well, by that logic, fucking the entire Rogue One team is out. Well, shit.
I mean, is anyone from Rogue One a conquest character? No.
Conquest didn't exist when they come out. Come on.
They're all dead. So I'm just joking. I mean, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Technically, Luthen, does he count as a Rogue One character?
I mean, he is not a Rogue One character. He is a Rebel fighter, though.
Rebel fighter, but he does not have the Rogue One tag now.
No.
He was not in Rogue One. Okay.
Well, maybe he was. He was just off. It was kind of the same as Rex being in the Battle of Endor.
Nope.
He was there, but he was off screen.
Hey, you go watch the show, then tell me where Luthen was.
Okay, fine.
The finale just released less than a week ago, so we're gonna stay away from anything that is anywhere near anything remotely close to spoiler territory in any way, shape, or form, positive or negative. I can neither confirm nor deny anything about said finale. I will, however, be having a spoiler chat later on today.
And deny everything.
We're going to go full on spoilers.
I'm just going to let you know.
Huh?
What? No, he said he cannot confirm or deny anything.
Said he's a liar.
I said I can confirm and deny everything because I can lie through my teeth.
It's an impressive skill set. Yeah, it's very useful. It is a very useful thing.
when Vader showed up with with fucking Jabba, and like the two of them were just like, "Yeah, we're extorting the bitch." It was crazy. I did not expect them to come in and kill Cassian. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then they resurrected him with Night Sister magic.
And then it was just wild. Did a black backflip and broke his neck and saved the day.
It was absolutely insane.
Oh god!
What I heard from
I wasn't expecting Night Sisters. That was crazy.
Andor was that
I wasn't expecting Jason Statham.
We see how the ship
nobody expects Spanish Inquisition.
Atten. That's what I heard.
Can't say I've ever heard no Atten.
No, I've still yet to hear about an Atten. To be honest with you,
can't say no. I've ever heard no Atten.
It's the foreignness of news to me.
Yeah.
No, but I would be very interested to see if they just dump Mace the week after she launches.
Yep.
And then the raid comes like 2 weeks, like the week after, and then just tell everyone to suck a fat one while
That's almost exactly what I think is going to happen.
You have
giant fat ones will be sucked.
You'll have one faction that maybe might be completely farmable by the time the raid goes live. Yeah. Another faction that will be kind of sort of farmable by the time the raid goes live.
Bad Batch is already farmable.
Yeah. And Jedi Vanguard is already old.
New Bad Batch is fully farmable right now.
Yeah.
As of this week.
As of this week. Yeah. Yes. We're breaking news here.
You've got a whole month to get Crosshair. You can 7-star Crosshair in a month. You just have to triple refresh.
Yeah, on that hard note.
Yeah, on that 20 energy hard note. Yeah. Wrecker was Cantina, I think. Or was it Hunter? I can't remember. One of them was.
I think Hunter was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, you're farmable by the time in 6 weeks. You could probably get them kind of there. The clones will mostly, maybe Scorch won't be farmable by the time the raid goes live, but he'd be pretty close. The new Jedi Vanguard team will not.
He'll be shipments.
You think he'll even be farmable?
He'll be in shipments. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying by the time the raid goes live.
I was saying shipments.
Yeah. By the time the raid goes live. Sorry, not Mace's event, but by the time the raid goes live.
By the time the raid goes live, yeah.
He might be farmable, but then that means the entire.
I say Scorch, you're probably pushing it. Maybe Scorch and shipments, but I think you're kind of pushing.
Well, Scorch is going to be a month to the next marquee, which is easily in shipments.
Yeah,
for sure.
He should be shipments. Yeah, because we'll have another month after Scorch.
But the raid
shipments I can buy, but the raid, I don't think so.
Yeah, farmable is debatable.
He might go farmable with the raid, like at the same time.
Yeah, he might. But that means the two new Jedi Vanguard characters plus Mace is going to be unavailable. Pirates aren't going to be completely available at the launch of the raid. So
yeah, we got 3 pirates. It's gonna be a nothing team.
Well, yeah, with only one leader. and she does not lead even pirates.
Do anything for pirates.
Sana touch up when?
Yeah, touch up when. Please and thank you. I love how they made her to lead a very specific team, and then
very specific.
After that, like the quarter after that launch, that team never existed ever again.
Yeah, it did. It never really got any purchase. It was there for a couple of weeks. They're like, that's irritating, and then people figured it out, and then it wasn't irritating.
Cron setup, and even with her current Cron setup, she's better in a different team.
Yeah, she's not the leader.
Real quick, complete side note. I just want to say I really appreciate that Knight of Knee in YouTube chat got my Spanish Inquisition joke. Anyways, moving on.
Oh, so I didn't even hear it. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I always expect that joke now.
So actually, everybody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Well, that backfired.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they at least expect a joke about the Spanish Inquisition. They still might not expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a joke. But yeah,
there's a -5 to sneak.
It's just one of those things where it's like it's gonna be really rough if they don't give us a freebie somewhere. Which is like in my head, it's like that's gotta either be Jedi Vanguard.
It has to be Vanguard.
A 5th faction to the raid. It's something that people have invested into, like maybe Inquisitors or something like that, where it's like most people have a reasonable amount of investment into that are going to be performing highly in the raid, or they do a second Jedi Vanguard team with like Keller and Beck.
It's definitely a second Jedi Vanguard team. Like, there's no way they wouldn't give us like 15 Jedi Vanguard tags and then be like, it's not for the raid though.
I mean, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Like, there's very little reason to expand that tag so large.
How many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're getting 2 more. 15 plus May, 16. We're definitely getting 2 teams. For this raid.
I think
unless it's a 3v3.
Dude, no, it's not gonna be 3v3. Absolutely not.
If they do,
we got the full clones. You know, they gave us four clones on Lord Vader. So why would they give us 4 clones for a 3v3?
Well, they gave us 4 clones in Tarkin. For the raid.
Yes.
For the raid. No Lord Vader for the raid.
And Tarkin.
And I'm fine with that
for the Lord Vader raid.
Yeah,
for the Lord Vader raid. Yeah.
Well, no.
But Lord Vader is clearly going to be like the raid boss, or if he's not, it's really stupid.
Yes.
How funny would it be to just be like, I'm going to take my Lord Vader to beat your Lord Vader? It's like a what if scenario.
You remember when Newt and Sidious went and fought their own army of battle droids against the Naboo people? Like, I remember that.
It was a plot twist I did not see coming.
Yeah, I remember when the rolled out early specifically to fight themselves.
Yeah.
Remember when Scout Trooper got an Omicron to be better at fighting Scout Troopers?
Dude, honest to God, did they ever reduce?
Pierre decided to just start helping out Ewoks.
I think they refunded them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. The fucking Ewoks! Holy crap! They're butt sticking up in the air.
Cheeked up Ewoks.
The fucking cheeks. The cheeks on the Ewoks, man. Oh my God.
Well, that Omicron on Scout is still 20.
Oh, it's still 20?
It's still 20.
It's painful.
Oh no!
I can't believe they didn't reduce that. Didn't they?
One day they will reduce that, and I will get 10 Omicrons back, and I will still be mad.
They only said they were reducing the 3v3, 5v5 ones, not the raid ones. It was just the Bausch Leg one that they did the reduction on.
Yeah, they refunded half of it.
Damn. Yeah, it was just that one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Suck nerd.
I mean, the Gungan Omicron I still did without any regrets. I'll do whatever the new raid Omicron is, and I'll have
Bausch
no
Layer.
regrets about that
I'm
one.
totally fine with the Bausch Layer army. I'm totally fine with the Bombardier.
Well, it's because Bombardier. It's because the Scout army literally did nothing to change.
No, didn't move the needle.
Run. Like, you maybe got a few hundred extra points, maybe more consistently, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I mean, for most people, that wasn't the big thing. You just modded the teams for the modifiers on the back end. And then just slap the 3 characters together and went like, all right, 2 Empire, the Rebel, and then we just do the
I'm
same
so
thing.
glad we don't do that anymore.
Man,
honestly,
that raid was such a letdown because it was like you're figuring out and like going through things and like trying to. I remember I was like trying to go and theorize and figure out what's going on, and then like eventually I realized like, oh wait a minute, there's this interaction over here with the Empire and this, and it's like, oh wait, so just. That's the whole
do that 8 times.
That's
raid.
That's
just
it's like you've got your layer solo and then
okay, so it's all the same strategy every single time. You just do this and just okay, well that's fucking boring.
Yeah.
All right, well, good talk, guys. Sorry.
So I mean, as much shit as I've thrown at the Battle for Naboo, at least all of the teams there play differently. Every team plays differently in that raid. And it's like,
and to be fair, once they made the changes a couple months back,
it was much better.
It's
dude,
way
the
better.
changes were huge. Oh my God, so much better.
Yeah, I am 100% like, I get that they want the raid to be challenging to a degree, but if the raid's going to be nothing but fighting endless waves of stuff, challenge is not what we're here for anymore. It's not interesting enough mechanic to be that difficult to have your runs decided by RNG.
You saying the raid encourages present team? No, agreed. It should never be RNG.
That's not a challenge. That's not like an interesting. I mean, yeah, sure, it is a challenge technically speaking. It's not an interesting challenge. It's not something that you can plan around or strategize around. It's something that you just you got your best mods, that you get your best everything as ideally as possible, and you just still get fucked every once in a while. Like that's not
the command
an interesting problem to solve.
And takes your buffs away before Kenobi can do his AoE, and
it's
the
not
whole run
an
starts
interesting, it's not an interesting problem to solve. I like when there's like a problem to solve, but when it's like an interesting one that you can plan around and strategize around and like do something.
That's what I
when
liked
you have
about
some consistency.
the Traya raid, though, is like you had
it was good.
different things to do, fights to figure out, and then different teams that work for that.
A couple different strategies for those teams.
But with how they have it now, it's just like it doesn't even matter on what you do, because it's like either the team is gonna max score or the team's not. Like that's kind of where we're at with things now at that junction. It's just like, if we just take everything to R9 and press auto, like I'll take that. Like I don't care enough to sit there. Like it's fun the first few times, don't get me wrong, the strategies are fun to figure out, but like once you got them down, it's just like now I
10
have
months
to spend
later
an hour and a half of the raid twice a week, and it's just like
it felt different when we were doing like Heroic Sith, because of the format now is like you complete the entire battle and then you do that like 5 more times or 4 more times or 7 more times or however many battles we're doing, right? It doesn't feel like you're progressing, it just feels repetitive. Whereas back then it was like, oh, it's phase 1, this is my phase 1 team, we need to clear through phase 1, we've got to phase 2, this is our new team, new strat, we've already used our phase 1 teams, we've got to try and make this work now. And then it was phase 3. So it felt like there was progress and you were working towards something. It didn't feel like, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Going from 100% to like, 70%. You just felt like you were doing something the entire time.
Yeah.
Instead of just, trying to max out your score, which, I mean, I like the new race system better.
So do I.
Overall. Because I feel like my investment gets rewarded for it a little bit better, and it's a little bit more interactive than just showing up for the 2 seconds of I need to post a score to not be last place.
Need to make sure I don't post a 0.
The new system is better for rewards for sure, but I think the old system is better for like the actual challenge and working as
actual
an enjoyment.
An actual raid enjoyment. 100%.
I mean,
I think
like Sith raid obviously did fall off when we started soloing the whole thing. Like the shine was well and truly off the apple then. It was really cool and interesting when everybody was working on trying to beat the raid, right? It was like that was exciting, that was cool, but it got completely trivialized when GLs came out. I was like, oh, okay, this is easy.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's an easy answer for how they try and capture that old magic with the new raid system. Because I mean, I know mechanically it is kind of difficult to work on like the whole different phase system with things. And maybe they just say you can enter in, like choose, I want to do this battle, or I want to do this phase, or I want to do this phase, like depending on which team that you're selecting, and they'll have like a couple different battle options available, and maybe that's how they do it. They just design it around that or something. But I know mechanically it may not be the easiest thing to do, but something to grasp that old magic, like from the raids, where you really felt like it was a raid, like you felt like it was a guild thing also, but really felt like you were raiding and like doing and accomplishing something, as opposed to just going beating down some B1s.
So Owie, I don't think you're going to be fighting Jocasta Nu. Like the wording of the raid says that we're trying to save as many Jedi as you can, right? So we're probably fighting clones.
We'll be fighting clones. It'll be waves of clone troopers.
With hopefully Lord Vader. Please give us Lord Vader as well. Don't make it just the clones, because that would be so dull.
It's gonna be like the event with Jedi Knight Luke, the unlock, where you hear like Darth Vader is in the back and he's just like directing the stormtroopers in front of him. It's gonna be like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
He's going to be like the ATSTs in the background with just a little meter bar coming up. And then he just throws his lightsaber at you.
Is he like, take a step forward, be like, dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Patience meter.
They would just have like, I know it's not as fun because it drags out the raid, but I would like to go back to a format, at least with phases, if they're like 24-hour phases and you have to do some stuff. I wouldn't hate that approach. I didn't mind it so much when we did when we were doing that in home. Back when that game still existed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could definitely see that being a little bit more taxing, trying to do 5 attempts every day, for multiple phases.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do 5 attempts every day.
Oh,
Fuck
fuck no.
that.
Oh, God, no. No.
One attempt a day. That's okay.
I mean,
for me.
unless the personal track got way longer and better rewards. Like if I could max that out every time, then I would be
even then.
Sorry.
We'll be changing the name of this podcast to a post-Galaxy of Heroes podcast.
Yes.
That much every fucking day? Oh, no.
It'll be Tribe Talks, not a Galaxy of Heroes podcast. Yeah.
Tribe Talks. Remember Galaxy of Heroes? Fun times.
I mean, I won't disagree with you because there's so much going on in the game. Having that like during like a
Meathead, no, that's not the takeaway there. Not the takeaway.
I want the stuff to be like interesting because again, I'm willing to put in the time and the strategy if it's compelling content, if it's something which is like good and again like the Sith raid, like that sort of stuff where like you had to strategize and you had to do some of the good stuff and there was a reward, there was some consistency, it wasn't just based around RNG. And when it's just an RNG fest, again, I will say the changes to the raid, as we mentioned earlier,
really good.
The changes to the raid were such a big, positive, amazing change. Yes, please, that was fan-fucking-tastic. We're just hoping, for the new raid, we want it to be something interesting. We want it to be an actual challenge or puzzle, not just an RNG fest.
I'll dial this in a little bit. If I were to have one thing changed with the current raid structure the most, the number one thing I would ask for is give us raid characters again. Give us something to work towards as a guild to unlock.
I thought you were going to say make it a 7-day thing because...
No, well, I mean, that would be the other thing I would like. Increase the rewards a little bit and make the raid once a week.
Can we please? It's so fucking annoying for like trying to schedule, like plan when I can actually do the damn raid. If it was like, if I knew I could wake up Saturday morning and every Saturday morning I could do the raid and it wasn't like, oh no, it's shifted by a day every week. So now I'm busy on Tuesday evening, but I still have to do the freaking raid after this bullshit. It just, oh no, but I got this, I got Conquest, I got this, I got GAC over. It would be so much easier if it was a 7 days. It's not for a procrastination thing, it's for a planning thing because it's so crazy to have to do this.
The thing I find funny though is that CG made this big stink on getting on a 28-day calendar, right? That was their big thing.
And the raid doesn't follow that. Yeah,
it doesn't follow it. It does not follow it. It's like, come on, it's just add a day, up the rewards a little bit for the one raid you're missing a month, and then everyone's happy. We can set raid day to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and call it a day, or whatever works best for your guild. I don't care.
Yeah,
but like
make it available the entire time, and just I can hit it whenever. I'm gonna hit it on a Tuesday night, or I'll hit it on a Saturday morning, or I'll hit it on a Sunday evening, or whatever it is. I'll do it during Tribe Talks every Sunday.
If anybody came into Tribe Talks and missed the start of that sentence, they're going to be thinking, we could hit it on Saturday, we could hit it on Wednesday, hit it during Tribe Talks, it'll be great. I was like, now you're speaking my language. Whenever we want. Yeah.
I need more room under this desk.
Standing desk. Yes. Well, hopefully when I move to my new house, we'll get a standing desk.
Got his better head, Enix?
Hopefully.
Yeah. It's all good business. Shall we check Tribe Talks questions? I haven't had a look. Yeah, because we're running out of time. Drastically. Tribe Talks questions.
6 o'clock. We chilling.
Yeah.
We've only been live for 2 hours.
Bedtime for scribbles. Bedtime.
Whose fault is that?
Mostly mine.
Half dozen things.
Bedtime for scribbles. Wait,
and German. No.
Am I gonna... Just can't sing the real version of that song.
Yeah, no. We bedtime for scribbles and the tribe. I don't know. Well, we don't all have to nap together, guys. That would get a little bit.
For Poland
and Smudgy.
There you go. That you nailed it. Bedtime for scribbles and smudgy. That works, yeah.
I think the first one here is on May 10.
Yeah. What squads do you recommend to keep for attacking TW or GAC? Oh,
all the GLs.
Done. All the GLs apart from Lord Vader clones. Just
Well,
Lord Vader
now-
clones, set that on defense,
A
and
month ago, you wouldn't have had that answer. Okay, I'm just saying.
yeah, but that's not the world we live in, is it? Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
this
Right,
is
answer
this is
doesn't
our
matter.
universe
We're
right
in
now.
the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
also,
TW is
whoever asked
really
earlier.
by guild. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody asked earlier. I'm at 13.876 million.
Yeah, you're like half a mil ahead of me or something.
Oh, I asked earlier.
Okay.
It's me. My alt is still ahead of you.
Who's the static man?
That was Karth. Did you touch something on a cable or something, Karth? Because it sounded like you were in a shower.
I am fidgeting with my cables. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, we're getting some static feedback. Oh, good.
I will quit.
Now you sound
but yeah,
beautiful.
13.876 million.
Okay. My alt is
So-
barely ahead of you.
13.3 for me.
I have all except for Ugnaught at relic levels, except for the new characters. So
Uggy
Crosshair is at 6. So Crosshair is still at 6 stars. He's at 33 out of 100. Scorch is obviously at 7 out of 25. Smee is at 20 out of 330. And then Ugnaught is at gear 12 plus 4. So we got to get him up to relic levels eventually. Otherwise, we got full relics.
Oh man.
Yeah. 14 million on the alt with
Nice.
with Scorch unlock.
Yeah. So I'm
Damn.
never catching you
Not
out.
bad.
No, the main is at 15.4 million.
God damn it, boy! I tell you, that's a big old roster right there.
The only way to improve that drastically is R9s, and I'm just not gonna be slapping those around willy nilly for kicks and giggles.
Well, just all the new raid units.
Well, yeah, but those ones I'm getting the ROI is fantastic because with the era battles and everything else, I'm getting back a good portion of those rewards for making that early investment.
Yeah. Fair.
So
Fair.
it's not like R9ing Lobot, which will never pay me back ever.
No. Well, I mean, it will. The game might close down before you get your ROI, though. Like, and it's
You know
not
how
closing
many
down
years-
until 2022.
You know how many years? it
20.
took me?
You know what I mean.
How much is notoriety worth to you? Because you got a relic 9 Lobot. That's a good amount of notoriety right there. You know.
Well, besides the
yeah.
fact that I
What's
wouldn't be
the
the only
exchange rate?
one, very low, because there are already other people with it, and there's multiple people with fully maxed out.
Okay,
R9
well, it's a
rosters.
small
So-
crowd. Okay, it's something. I'm doing what I
Unless we
can.
get
All right.
together and have a chat over some expensive steak and whiskey.
Okay, so in 6 months' time, I'm going to that, Karth. When I come over, I'm coming to the expensive wine and steak and whiskey.
Steak and whiskey, yes.
And yeah, okay, that's sold. I'm coming. I'm coming, boys.
All right.
Anyway, so what teams do we keep for attack in TW and GAC, guys? I mean, TW in where I swim is it's all prescribed. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very big question because honestly, it depends where you are, depends where you're at, it depends what you're facing, it depends if you plan and like to see what your opponent places down and want to save counters for their teams, in which case you're going to bring the teams on offense, which counter their defensive teams. I know it's sort of an obvious answer, but I generally place like a sort of stock defense, like a Lord Vader, a clones, and a couple other like big things over there, and then I'll save like some general counters for offense and that sort of stuff. Like Inquisitors will have on offense, Afra will have on offense.
Yeah.
JMK I'll usually have on offense, but like Slacker will sometimes be on offense, but like I mean Ahsoka maybe on defense, Ray's on defense.
Yeah, Ray's almost perpetually on defense. Like in every game mode.
The last few years of GAC or the Triple Omni characters have all been designed to beat JMK. So it's like JMK is like almost no reason on defense these days.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's tough. It's tough to really answer the question because it's just like any character or just about any character can be good on defense or offense depending on the on the space that you're in. Like usually I would keep Jabba on defense, but everyone has that I'm seeing has the Afrocron, which counters Jabba very easily. So Jabba sort of sucks on defense right now.
I saw a lot of Afras on defense because with the Afrocron. Because they're playing the double bluff. They're like, oh, I've got the Afrocron, so you're not going to set Jabba on defense. but I'm just going to set Avra on defense instead. And you're like,
well, because you can't target her. So
it's an ever-changing field.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. So yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot that you could get down the minutia, but a lot of it comes down to, for the most part, what are Krons supporting that particular war, and then you devolve from there. So it's like if you're in a guild that doesn't do a lot of Krons, then typically you just front load the newer GLs and then
both Omicrons and Datacrons.
Yeah.
Both varieties of Krons.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Wish we could have been more helpful on that.
To what Karth was saying. My bad.
But yeah, it's just kind of is what it is. So, Knight of Knee asks, thoughts on the current version of Conquest? Is it a return of the grind or just a blip in the radar? It doesn't feel like grindy at all. I'll be honest, it feels like a very easy Conquest.
I think the only reason it feels a little bit hard for some people is because of how much of the new stuff is incorporated into this one. But honestly, I think it's just going to be this Conquest where it feels a little uncomfortable for a lot of players. I think after Scorch comes out and people get time to start moving those star levels up and getting them to relics, you're not going to notice it the next time around. You're going to have more of the mechanics in play, more of the teams available to work with. It's not going to be as taxing round 2 and 3. I think it's just the first one having as much new mechanics implemented as they do that it makes it more challenging. You have to work a little harder to figure it out. But I think by the next one, it's going to be a joke, which is how most conquests go anyways. The new one's always like, how do we cheese this? How do we cheese that? What do I use to do this if I don't have everyone at 7 stars yet? And then after you answer all those questions,
why don't you have videos yet?
Yeah.
Oh god. I really need to really put out those videos. Stupid Clear Expedition 33. I need to play more Clear Obscure.
Do it. Yeah. I will say from Knights of Knee, the missions or the feat to get the shrubbery, that was a little bit much, but otherwise this has not been that bad of a conquest.
It wasn't as bad as chopping down the tallest tree in the woods with a herring. That feat was really herring. It was very difficult. That one was, especially if you didn't have your R7 herring. If you had like a Gear 11 herring, it took way too long.
That is my favorite response. I would say it's my favorite response. You ever hear like somebody say like, "Oh, it's the poor worksman that blames his tools." Whenever somebody says that, I always say, "Says the person who has never tried to chop down the tallest tree in the forest with a herring." And they're like, "What? Are you what?" Like, I'm like, "Exactly. Yeah. What now?"
And what?
Blame my tools again, bitch.
Oh my god! Come back! I'll bite your legs off. That's the spirit that you need. You need to be more like the Black Knight. So yeah, it doesn't feel crazy bad. Yeah. Like you look at some of the grindier feats, like 20 wins with Spectre in Sector 1. You just skip it. It's 5 key cards. Yeah. Just like don't do it.
Yeah, 20 battles, 5 easy key cards. Not a good ROI. And
then there's some that feel like grind. Like if you have absolute zero investment in new Bad Batch and no old Bad Batch, then yeah, sure, target practice is going to be a pain in the ass. But you don't need a lot of investment into New Omega, in order to still get like 120 target practice in a battle.
Oh, yeah.
You can still get it done. And that's 4 battles. That's not really grindy.
A few battles, easily.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what other ones are particularly grindy. There's like the Order 66 one could be tricky, but I do have stuff in the pipeline for doing that one battle.
The only problems that I had with that was just that I had to take off data disks because I was killing things too quickly.
Yeah, that is the problem with that.
And it was just like, I just killed everyone.
The other annoying thing about that one is you can't like stun lock someone because Order 66 does not disappear. And if it doesn't disappear, you can't reapply it, which means you can't just like TMR control people. Like normally I'd do like Droidica or Crew, and never let them take a turn and just keep on reapplying it with like CX2, right? But if they don't take a turn, they never lose Order 66, so you can never reapply it. So it's like you need to have a team that is basically just going to tank everything. But yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So yeah. And,
Indeed.
Like, I remember the old days of Grindy Conquest, which was like 2 global feats of win 40 battles with 2 different factions, and then every sector had like 2 win 15 battles with such and such faction. Like, those were the real grindy feats. Like, oh my god, they were just vile. I'm glad we don't do them anymore.
It's gotten much better over the years. That is for sure.
Yeah.
So there has been some reprieve. I will give them that.
Yep.
And yeah, only 10 Order 66s wasn't all that bad. It wasn't like 40 Order 66s. I would have skipped that one at that point, but still.
It wasn't like 100 Order 66s.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? That would take so long. But, yeah.
Meathead says, note to self, stop listening to feedback, go back to the old ways. Noted.
Meathead, that is the exact opposite of what we're saying. What we're saying is just give us everything for free immediately without trying, okay? Please, thank you. But give extra stuff to me because I have no hair. Feel sorry for me.
If going back to the old ways means having deployable cooling systems as a regularly attainable data disk, then I'm here for it.
Not a consumable. Just give me that glorious 1-dot data disk that I can just put on there. Yeah.
To give me just the I win button.
Yeah. That thing was just so busted, bro.
To be honest, now I know they're not. I know the odds of it are super low, but I am surprised that CG has yet to, for the more expensive Conquest Pass, just to curate like a data disk packet, a complete package, right, of like some broken setup, and then just go here for the extra $20. Start this on your first sector, and win everything. Like, you know how many people would buy that just for the sake of like not having to like pray to Jesus for your data disks.
Yeah,
like, I start out with deployable cooling systems, Amplify Agony, all this other stuff that just immediately just melts the sectors, and then I can do whatever I want. Like,
I mean, to be honest, they could literally leave it at $20. We give you a data disk of deployable cooling system. You can just keep it. Like that alone, I would probably buy that. I'd be like, yeah,
people would buy that. I'm just like they've done. I wouldn't say they've done nothing, but the incentive to buy that $30 pass is so low comparatively to what you get from the $10 pass, where it's like the $10 pass has so much value, it's just falling out.
Nice try, CG. Carthage is a plant.
Yes, maybe Karth's been playing the long game this whole time. He actually works for CG, and we just didn't know. Okay.
I lie constantly about how much I spend, just that you guys don't.
We figured it out.
Getting it for free from just EA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just like claiming this all. He's just like getting this all back from CG as the company. It's an expense report sort of. So I think he just fills out and he just gets the.
It's a test account. There's a reason I don't stream, guys. I can't let you see all the characters that are upcoming.
That's what it
no,
is.
it's just honest to God though. Like some of the stuff, you look at the value you get out of the $10 pass, and then you compare it to what they try to give you in the $20 pass. And granted, on paper, it is worth the $20 if you need the Kairos and everything else that goes with it.
It's great.
But so many of the
units,
the rewards are so like not as tangible as what you get from the $10 pass, which is like, if you just give me an iWin setup and data disks and pay the $20, I guarantee you would see those passes start increasing in sales like so quickly. And I don't understand why they don't do it, because it doesn't impact the game. It's a PvE environment, and you just trivialize the effort, and more people that were closer to getting it are going to spend more money to get those unlocked sooner, which means they're going to be further invested in the new characters, and they're going to want to spend more to keep up. It's a cycle. It's how you get it.
And whose fault is that?
Mobile Games 101, whenever who attended that back in like 2012.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So it's Darth Microtransactions' fault?
yes, it is. Meathead can see the titles of the post now. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure there'll be many people extolling the good stuff.
When you deal with people who are always going to complain about everything you do, no matter what you do, all you can do is put your head down and ignore it unless they have meaningful feedback. And if it's meaningful feedback, usually it gets to a content creator.
Oh, sorry, Garth. I was totally going to interject there with, are we talking about Galaxy of Heroes or your wife right now?
Just you. I spend plenty on her
Just
too.
me.
She is my most expensive Relic 10.
That's the real whale account right there, right? It's like that's where most of the money really goes. To be clear, I wasn't calling your wife a whale.
No.
Jesus. She'll probably hunt me down and kill me.
I mean, there are better ways to meet up than this, Scribe, but
that's true. Yeah.
I'm not trying to deny the fact that I'm a plant. I, more than many occasions, would love to give them advice on how to do certain things. But
Carthrick's like, I want to be a plant. Help me be a plant.
I mean, for a variety of other reasons, though, I'd just like to know more about what's coming and try to get Delta Squad into the game and the rest of the characters.
You kind of have. You've got one.
I got one.
You got one.
I need 4 more, technically.
Yeah. Well, he got half of one.
Yeah,
you got one, but it's a dark side version of one, so it's half.
Yeah, good stuff. You got half of a clone that you wanted. All right.
I want the rest of Delta Squad, and then I want the characters from Force Unleashed, the first one. So Juno Eclipse, Proxy, Rom Coda.
I will settle for just Proxy.
No, Proxy does need to be a conquest unit, though. It cannot be a marquee. He needs to be a conquest unit, and he needs to pair with Starkiller.
Or we can get a new Starkiller as well.
We could get Galen Merrick, because Proxy does technically make it through to the second game.
Yeah. Yes. Anyways, so last question. What do we think about setting a day for when the raid starts and get rid of getting raid tickets, because they're easy? I mean, I would be okay with just doing away with raid tickets and being like, hey, the raid just starts every Monday and finishes on a Friday. Get your runs in. Just make it standard stock rotation. But, make things easier. Thoughts, gentlemen?
What was the question? Sorry, I was reading chat.
Oh, it's about getting rid of raid tickets and just having a standard day that the raid is active. So, it's
I don't think they ever will, just for the sake of.
Probably not.
It just requires guild engagement or people or player engagement. But I mean, they
already made it so much easier.
Well, they did something similar to that in Home, right, where they put a lot. The guild generated a certain amount for the number of members that were in your guild for every day, and then you got additional raid tokens for finishing your dailies instead of putting them behind everyone hitting their energy. But I mean, I feel like it's the same kind of system, right? You're just looking.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, CG already made it a hell of a lot easier to get your 600 tickets every day by expanding it from the regular energy in Cantina to the mod energy and the fleet energy and everything. So it's a shitload easier to actually get your daily 600. So that really shouldn't be much of a concern. Like I'm listening to the question. Like haven't even really thought about this all that much for such a long time, because it hasn't really been much of a concern to get your 600.
Yeah, ever since that changed,
so much easier.
I never had to think about it, because it as long as you're logging into the game a couple times a day, it is so easy to hit that 600.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just you get it. If you're doing regular farming.
Yeah. It's like
as we said earlier. Yeah.
At the most is what you need, which you should be doing if you're trying it all in this game.
As we said earlier, I would love if they made it like a 7-day, cadence for the raid, and you could hit the raid for the entirety of those 7 days.
Now there's something to note down, meathead.
Yeah, if you're taking notes over here, just because again, we're gonna reiterate what we said earlier, but being able to plan and being able to have some sort of consistency with that, it's not put
3 days.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like putting things off, sort of thing. It's just like the changing timeline and everything. It makes it so difficult to actually plan anything for the raid. So if we could have it like on a 7-day schedule and have it somewhat consistent and have it active for those entirely 7 days, and I could say, every Monday evening, I know I have time to hit the raid. I can hit that Monday evening. It'd be a lot easier. So
those do in fact be the facts.
Oh
yeah. A stick. Yes, yeah, I will get the rest of my sector feats out. So there will be videos for all of that and a roundup. I've just been lazy because I've been playing Clear Obscure, and it's been taking up my life.
Lazy's not the right word. You've been distracted.
He's
been
been
obsessed.
preoccupied.
I've been
Because
obsessed.
you have spent all your available time doing the thing. Not
I
that you
have,
not
but it's such a good game.
you haven't had the time and chose to not do it. You did something else at that time.
Yeah.
It's not being late. It's being distracted.
I mean, it's not been healthy because I've been staying up till 2 a.m. playing it every day, and then still getting up for work in the morning. And I was like,
That sounds incredibly unhealthy. Yeah.
Why do I do this to myself? I do work from home, but I still have to actually work. and I don't want to be in meetings with no sleep.
Understandable.
I mean, that's what you put on the little. You put the little portrait in front of your camera, and then you just sleep to the side.
Ah, yeah.
Perfect. Just take a screenshot, and it's
yeah.
Just use that as like a green screen background, and you're perfect.
Yeah.
Real quick, we had one more question I saw in Twitch chat. I'm not sure if we touched on this or anything, but it's keeping away from spoilers again, which I guess isn't really a problem for
because Karth hasn't seen Skeleton Crew yet. Yeah, okay.
Not Skeleton Crew. It was from Andor.
Okay.
You know, do you think we're going to get Deidre, Cyril, Clea? You know, who else from Andor do you think we're going to get
in a year from now? Oof. I mean, it's
I hope it's not that long.
I hope it's possible because some of these characters did show up in the first season, but I mean, we kind of passed through that already with just getting the one from season 1, which is the Luthen. But if they do,
well, these are all season 1 characters.
They all are, but they'd be much cooler as season 2 characters. But that being beside the fact,
if they had like their final form sort of thing,
they would need to introduce.
They like Voltron or something. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, they would need to introduce new factions though if they were going to introduce some of these characters, and I don't know if they are in a position to do that because that means you got to drop in a brand new like team again, which would be not impossible, but just not as
well. I would love for Krennic to get some more love. You know, he can have like an ISB sort of faction. Well, have an
Karth is still mad about that Krennic.
You know, he can hang out with Deidre. He can hang out with them, and you know, they can maybe you know bring some other people over there, and it can have like an actual solid ISB kind of faction. I think that could be really interesting over there. I would love some more rebels in there. I would love to have as more than just the ISB faction with like Deidre and Cyril and Radagast and all of them. If we could get like Clea hanging out with Luthen with like a bunch of other things in there, I am 110% here for it. Dude, please give me the goddamn Fondor. Oh my god, give me his fucking ship. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that ship is so awesome. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh me, oh my.
Anyways.
Good.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We love it all. We love it all. Yes. Okay. Groovy, baby, groovy. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. It's sleepy by time for Scribble. He's had a long day. But it's been wonderful having Tribe Talks again. Let's not wait another like 6 weeks to have another one.
You mean
because
next week when it's
so see you guys in August?
Yeah. Which year? Yeah. Meathead will be on next week. Yep. So oh yes, and definitely Meathead, go to Star Wars Celebration in LA 2027 and we can meet Meathead. Whoa. That was deep.
We can meet the head.
Yeah. Cool.
We can call him Head Meated.
Yes. Sounds wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been amazing speaking to you all once again. And we might be back next week. I don't know, guys. Are we free next week? Who knows? I think I'm free next week.
It's Memorial Day weekend. I don't know if I don't think I have plans yet, but that's all. I haven't.
Keep me in the loop, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If not, it can be the following week. Maybe.
Yep.
So see you in August.
Yeah, see you in August, 2029. Good stuff. All right, thank you, gents. It's been a pleasure. It's been great fun, and thank you everybody at home for listening. We love you long time. At least for the time that we have here. Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.